All right. Let's see where things are. Let me see if everything is working right. Go live. What's up, Matt Gray? Jafet? How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Got 12 people here. Make sure you guys hit that like button as soon as you get in here. I hadn't finished watching your last video, bro. I know. I know. I just posted it. I'm going to post probably 3 videos today on the Let It Burn channel. I just wanted to get some out early. And then I have another one coming at 9:30, probably before we finish the stream or right around when we finish the stream, talking about whales. Do we know who burned the 700 plus million today? Somebody burned 700 plus million today. That's news to me. I have to go into where's Shiba Burn. I mean, we could probably figure it out. 1 hour ago, in the past hour, we saw 5 million. In the past hour, there have been 327 million that has been burned. 327 million. We don't know where that came from. Maybe it's in the comments. This is so little. We need 1 trillion tokens burned every week. Every week? What do you want? The whole supply burned off in a year? That's not reasonable or sustainable. I mean, it could be a possibility. It depends who's doing it. But next week, $1, bro. Seeing 300. So yeah, that was in the last 24 hours. You had 738 million that has been burned off. It was Wall Street, the one who burned it. It's a new coin that burns SHIB every week. It's percentage accumulation. So this is it that burned it off. In honor announce our first burning. Yeah, I mean, when you have a certain amount, so the issue that you deal with some of these, one, I can't say that I don't, trust it at all. But you have one burn, one huge burn, right? That could possibly bring people in, and I'm not downplaying any type of burn. That's great to see that. But we don't know. I mean, I don't know at least what this coin is all about. But that's the best method that we could see with coins, and a percentage of, what's being thrown, into that coin, and also, seeing a coin rise, kind of like Shiba Burn. You can see massive burns happening. So that's great to be able to see 327 million that has been burned off in one shot. Because what it does show here is, yep, they just did their burn of 327 million, which is called 1 cent token, which is a Shiba Inu burning token. I guess out of Mexico. So the mission is to reach 1 cent. I'll have to look into it a little bit more and see what that's all about. But I've seen some of these come up. 7% burning, 12% Bitcoin rewards. Yeah, see, you have to look into things a lot more because, anybody can come out and just burn, but if they don't have a solid plan behind them, with everything, looking into all the detail, you're going to have to do that. So that's where that came from. It's interesting, though. Very interesting. I would say I'm still supporting, Shiba Burn over all of them just because I haven't looked into 1 cent coin, or even I saw another one come up, Shiba Burn, which basically has the same idea as Shiba Burn, except they're burning off 10%, but not including any reflections or any for the liquidity pool, which doesn't make me think that they're going to continue to build this thing and build up the ground floor. So, yeah. You turn on monetization. Subscribers only. Okay, yep. Let me go to this one. Monetization's on. So yeah, that's where we stand right now for the amount that has been burned off. It's super easy for sure, Matt. Good morning. Hope you all good, brother. Yeah, I'm definitely good. That's quite a bit. Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot. Still seeing AMC hitting 5 figures. Yes. 5 figures. It might be tough. 5 figures is like $10,000, right? So the issue that we deal with is at what point will most people decide to sell their position for AMC? I do see AMC still hitting high numbers, in the thousands. Like that's where I'm set on. Obviously, I have my certain places to sell before then, but seeing it get up to the thousands is where I'm going to see most of my returns, most of my gains, right? It's just really setting myself up so that I can take initial investments in the beginning. However, towards the end, we want to see it get to a level to where, we're in the thousands and we're making hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars with this position. So yes, I do see it. It's just, will it get there based on everybody, deciding to stay within the position at least a little bit? If people start to sell all of it, then it starts to, dial that back a little bit. Price isn't reflecting the burn, but it would take a lot more than that, I guess. Yes, 100%. 327 million is not enough to even do a little bit of damage. 1 billion is not enough to do a little bit of damage. Hell, 100 billion is not enough to do even a little bit of damage, right? We need a trillion. 5 trillion right now is 1%. I think in order to see an impact to the price, you need like 1%. So I think 1 trillion would actually see some sort of an impact, a little impact to the price. But I think 1% or 5 trillion would probably be a larger impact. But no matter what, it's going to be a consistent burn. I think we're not going to see we ever burn off 5 trillion in one shot or in one day. The most we're going to probably burn off in one day is probably going to be like 200 billion. Depending. I mean, if Shiba Burn coin, which we had an AMA, long AMA on Sunday, yesterday, which was really good, it wouldn't have been that long if one person on that call would have stopped asking the same question and kept circling around. Like it literally kept going back to the same question. It was pretty insane. But still, it was good. But if Shiba Burn is able to get up to a point to where they have 100 million in volume, we can burn off 164 billion per day, if not more than that. So we definitely need to burn off a lot. We burned 750 million today. Yeah, in the last 24 hours, we burned 750 million. There was one coin, and this is what's crazy. It's like the coins seem to be burning the most, and people realize that the coin adoption is burning the most. So things like Shiba Burn, to where they could be burning daily if they wanted to. They could be putting out these burns, but they're saving up the amount that we can burn for the 22nd. So if you guys want to be a part of something like Shiba Burn, they're building up the coins, or building up the amount of I wouldn't say revenue, but money, right? Or taxes in order to burn off Shiba Inu. So when you look at that, they're building it up every single day to get to the 22nd to burn off hopefully 1 billion. It could be even a point to where they're like, hey, we had so much support over the last however many days, we can burn off 2 billion. That would be phenomenal if you could do that. So we still don't know how much they plan to contribute to the burns, but it could be insane. Thanks so much for answering my question, Matt. Yeah, no problem. Will Shiba Burn token appear in in CoinMarketCap. I think right now they have their application in and they haven't had any updates yet. The last update that they had, it was pinned. I don't know where it was. It was like they were a certain uh, um, certain number in line in order to get that, in order to be on CoinMarketCap. I don't know where it is. Maybe it's gone. But yeah, they were a certain number in line, and they can't really give out that information on when they're going to be listed on CoinMarketCap. But yes, that is the next plan from what I hear, to be put on CoinMarketCap and have a lot of data so you guys can look at it. I also really would like to see them on a different platform because obviously Uniswap, a lot of people are not just going to that platform and buying some of the newer tokens or tokens that are there. You want to see ones that get onto different platforms here, whether it's LBank or Bitmart or whatever. That guy was hella annoying. Yeah, I was getting a little annoyed after a while. I mean, it seemed like it was all coming back to an education standpoint. He said he did his due diligence, but it all came back to an education standpoint. That's where it all came back to. He needed to be educated. Let me go ahead and show you guys my screen. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter. We just hit 2,800 followers on Twitter. That's great. Definitely putting out some quality content there, quality tweets. And this tweet, I'm surprised, got so many likes and so many retweets. 550, almost 560 likes and 122 retweets. It was a really good AMA for Shiba Inu. I was really excited about what they had there. I'm upset that I couldn't ask the question that I wanted to ask because I don't know if you know, but the defense breed is just, they're sort of pissing me off. They're doing their job. I mean, they're like defending things, but I don't know how educated they are, in the space fully. And also, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say too many things else. It doesn't make sense. So many days, so many hours, we're still burning until you return. 549 trillion is just so many. Well, technically 589 trillion. You have 40 trillion that's staked. Hey Matthew, my sister and son made 5 games. I suggested he does a Shiba Burn with, and now we just need to monetize the games and get it onto the top. That burn 80% and 20% for him. I don't know how to do it. So I mean, it's just pushing it out to people. If you can sell the game, or not like sell it, but like sell the game to somebody, not money wise, just like mentally, sell it to somebody, and basically tell people, hey, look, this is the game, how much revenue it generates. We're burning off 80% of the revenue. How much is that? Because obviously if it's a large effect, a large impact, then people will want to get behind it. It's just like a Brickbusters where they can burn off, hundreds of millions as well. So if we could find a game that people can play that burn it off in a massive scale, that would be phenomenal. Turn 100 into 2 million with SHIB. I'm still trying to turn my 2K into a million with SHIB. Yeah, I just want to talk about that because we do have an exit plan strategy that I wanted to go over, because I did go over this in multiple videos, but I wanted to show you guys because there's a lot of people that are asking, they're like, how am I supposed to win when there's whales out there? And I have, if people don't know, I have a exit plan spreadsheet to where you can build that and put your coins in there, see when you're going to make those sells and all that stuff. You think about this fall between Shiba Burn and the developers. It's not a good look to the developers to have a plan. What's going on there? They're acting so damn weird. Seems like, so I don't know if it's the developers, so say, like, no offense to Shib Queenie, right? Or no offense to a lot of other people that are, in the growth breed or anything like that. But it seems like the defense breed and, Tropheus, is the person. I mean, that's who it seems like. And then Stixels, I believe. Stixels is the one that posted it. So the defense breed posted about this because they looked up a previous project. So it's the same project that migrated over from one network to the other, from what I understand, and it was a clean migration. It was clean, very very clean. Nobody complained about it. Any any no money was lost at all. If not, more was given out. In the new coins that were there. And the new growth, people have stated, and we would love to be able to bring those on to talk to the defense breed, to let them know, hey, this is an example of one person that had their investment in, I think it was called Shib Fin or something, and they migrated over. And this is one person that ended up not only gaining from there, trusting the devs and doing everything, not only gaining from there, but 3x their money in the process. And then they still have the potential chance to grow with with Shiba Burn. So it's obviously something where miscommunication is clear right now. This is just clear miscommunication between the two. And the issue is that the defense breed won't talk to anyone over there, over in the Shiba Burn community. And I feel like all you have to do is talk to them and say, this is what happened. This is where we stand. But there's so much I guess FUD that's going around between the two, because it's like Shib doesn't trust you because they put you in known scam list, but then Shiba Burn is like, we should be trusted. Come to our AMA, talk to us. It's very simple. I even reached out to them and was like, look, can I talk to you? I don't know. I'm not part of the Shiba Burn development team, but I just want to, talk to you and see what you know, and then we can have a civil conversation. I mean, it's very simple, but the defense breed doesn't want to do that. They don't want to talk to anybody. So that's where the confusion comes into play. It's just it's so weird that they won't talk to anybody here. I don't know. Eventually, maybe they will, but I think it's a point to where they don't want to talk because they don't want to be wrong. Or it could be a point to where they don't want to talk because they don't support Burns, and they know that this Burn project could be huge. It's not affiliated with Shiba, so a lot of people do come into the AMAs and are like, where is Shiba going to go in price? And they're like, well, we don't know that because we're Shiba Burn, not Shiba. So it's always difficult to kind of differentiate the two, but whatever. It's clear to me that from what I've seen and everything that has come forth out of or come forward out of Shiba Burn, that they're very transparent and they're willing to do everything that they can for their investors and for the people of the Shiba Inu community. Something that the devs might not be doing right, or definitely aren't doing right now. They're claiming that it's going to happen. That we're going to see massive burns or adoption of massive burns, but I don't know. While we're waiting, we might as well have an ability to burn off more and more coins. And what better way than burning off 1 billion per day, 2 billion per day, 3 billion per day, 100 billion per day with Shiba Burn. I think the prices, let me see. Oh, that's not it. I think the fees, from what I heard, they were down a little bit. If you go into Shiba Burn and you wanted to buy Shiba Burn, let's see how many holders it does have. Let's see if it's around 430. So it has decreased a little bit. You're now seeing 430 holders instead of 433 holders. Let's look at buying Shiba Burn. Let's see how much the fees actually are. Maybe I could. My wallet's not connected. Ethereum. 0.01. I don't have 0.01. Let's do 0.005. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I think the fees are down. Let me see. It's going to tell me if I have enough. Yeah, the fees are lower, but I'm obviously not going to do this. This is $1 that I would be sending, and then it's going to be $11. So the fees are definitely lower than what they were to buy it. That's really the only issue that I have with Uniswap is the fees that are going through it is just crazy. I understand ERC20 fees. Even with Coinbase, you still have fees like that. But I don't know. It's just Uniswap is not my favorite. It's not. So yeah. Yeah, if you guys want to get Shiba Burn, they're a growing community. And there was a long AMA if you guys want to go and listen to it. Um, I think they're trying to do everything to fight this situation. And it's not even about just proving that you're right here. I don't think so. It's more or less about just trying to get more innocent until proven guilty and not guilty until proven innocent type of thing. It's like, hey, you're guilty of this because we say so. And it's like, no, we're not. How about this? And I'm not a part of the dev team. I'm just trying to, you know, fight for the right side here, especially when it comes to burning off Shiba Inu. I'm a big supporter of burning off Shiba Inu. And if you're doing a lot, I'm all for it. You're doing a great job, brother. Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. If you could get like 100 games on a website or an app, it would be a games arcade. Yeah, that would be good. You can buy all. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. If you could get a bunch of games, or you can even get a I don't know, some sort of gaming company to back it, and 10% of their sales go towards burning off Shiba Inu. That's great. But apparently, from what I heard in the AMA, when I asked if you support community burns, they said that they don't support partial burns. So things that are burning 10%, which doesn't make sense, which would be the whole idea of what Wellies is doing or going to be doing. Burning off a certain portion. They're not going to just burn off all their profits. That makes no sense whatsoever. But I remember them saying that they don't support a lot of projects that burn off, partial money or partial revenue. Hey man, you heard of Shib Vax? I haven't. We have a voice lag. Sorry if there's a voice lag. I tried. I actually thought it was fixed a while ago. You would think the devs would support any team burning Shib, supporting the entire community. Yeah, well, of course. I mean, there are some red flags with like a lot of the other ones that are out there. Like there were a couple that said they were going to burn off Shiba Inu, and they just took everybody's money and ran. But obviously, Shiba Burn is showing all of the receipts. They're working on getting audits done. They're working on getting on CoinMarketCap, on other exchanges, and all that. And I told them, I was like, look, at this point, I mean, I think you have to focus on what you're doing, because it doesn't look like the devs are going to admit that they're wrong. They don't want to. So yeah, I was just like, it sucks that they're not going to admit it, that they are wrong here, or even entertain a conversation, right? This was put out probably 4 days before, and I know it's kind of crazy to promote something. I don't think that I would ever like promote something that has somebody that didn't agree to come. But if they're blocking you in every other aspect of, like, especially when it comes to the Discord, which I'm still a part of, but if they're blocking you in the Discord, that's not good. You're not able to communicate with them. If they don't respond to your DMs, you can't communicate with them. So it's like, hey, just come here. We can talk about this, and you can take us off of that platform. It's okay to say that you're not affiliated with them, but other than that, I mean, it's not okay to say that. It's not okay to say that they're a known scam when it's not. But it's cool. Shiba Burn will burn off whatever they can burn, and their actions will speak louder than words. And hopefully people can believe as more and more gets burned off. But the point is that while these prices are low, it makes sense to be able to buy and burn the most. And people are not going to realize that this is as big as it is until the price goes back up to 0.00003 and 0.00004 and then 5 and then 6 and then 7. And then people are going to be like, oh, wait, they can actually burn off a lot. Let's support them. Well, you know, you didn't support them at a lower price, which means that, yes, we could still burn off some, but you can't burn off as much, you know? So let's figure something out, and we can see the 22nd and see how much we are going to burn that day for the Let It Burn channel, for Shiba Burn, you know, for everything. I follow you. Well, thank you. They just want to scam Shiba Burn coin because they realize how many coins it will burn till the end of the year. Someone don't like that. Yeah, I'm sure they did the research and understood that with a certain amount of volume and a certain amount of support, people can get an investment out of it, you know, and people can, you know, burn off probably trillions of Shiba Inu coin. You know, once you get to a point to where you're burning off like 2 million, 2 million per, or sorry, even $500,000 in volume, you're burning off $1 billion a day. Right? And $2 million, you're burning off 4 billion a day. So obviously do the math as you see more and more volume that's going through this coin, how much you can actually burn off. With the little amount of volume that they've had, they've already burned off 350 million plus storing a bunch to burn off for later. And I don't know how much that is, but it will be a lot. So what happened to BTD? BTD is still here. It's just not something that burns off as much. It's still here. All the liquidity is still in there. It's not going away. I just haven't, I'm not a developer. Well, I'm the creator. I just don't have a development team behind it. And I'm trying to build something bigger there as well. So we can have maybe 2 coins that burn off Shiba Inu. However, I, again, don't have a development team. I don't have audit set up. I don't have all of that stuff, which I don't have time. I wish I had time. If I had time to just do that, I wouldn't be able to make videos at all. I wouldn't be able to stream at all. So that's the issue with that, is I need a team behind it. But I know what you mean. I would love to be able to, you know, be there to, you know, fully develop that coin, because it could be huge as well. Shiba search engine could grow. Now the DuckDuckGo decide to start censoring the news. Yeah, Shiba search engine could definitely grow, and it does have the potential to burn off a lot of coins as well. Had to check it was still morning here. Yeah. Is anyone else a little nervous? Shiba has dropped quite a bit. I'm not nervous, no. I mean, it creates more opportunity, more buying opportunity. Thank you for all your support. Yeah, no problem. I mean, when I see something I do believe in, I'm going to continue to support it. And when I see nothing but transparency on one side and, you know, no information on the other, or no transparency on the other side, I mean, you have to side with the side that's transparent. I mean, they're coming out here and, you know, saying a lot of stuff, but then not backing it up by showing up and having a conversation. Like, I even had tried to have a conversation, you know, with some people from the defense breed, and haven't gotten anything back. You know, it's just a conversation. Like, why is this so difficult to have a conversation? Anyone know the exact date of Shibarium network is starting? I don't think they have an exact date. From the AMA, they said they didn't have a date. They said they didn't have a lot of stuff, actually. It was a good AMA, and they answered a lot of questions from the community, but a lot of the questions were like, we don't know. We don't have a date yet. We don't talk about that type of thing. So it wasn't an amazing AMA, but it was the best AMA that they've done, because they took questions from the community rather than just putting out a bunch of announcements and then throwing a couple of questions about those announcements into the AMA, which makes no sense whatsoever. How could people ask those questions when the announcements came out in that AMA? You know, type of thing. One question related around burns, understood. The rest were related around the things that they were talking about. I appreciate the non-financial advice through the years. Plus, watching you, I've enjoyed your content. Keep up the great work. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. I believe Shiba to the moon. I believe that too. Anthony Smith, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that a lot. So no more AMC nonsense from no. I wouldn't say it's nonsense. I still talk about AMC. I still like AMC. I haven't checked the markets today. That we're seeing it's down 1%. I just see the stock markets are not moving, or the stock market is not moving the way that everybody wants it to. Obviously, we want to see bullish activity, and it's more bearish in a lot of ways. So when we look at it, I'm just not excited when I watch it. That's the problem. Is I'm not excited. So no Algorand on ASAs. No Algorand ASAs? I don't know what you're asking here. I'm extremely new to this. Thank you for all the info you provide in your videos. No problem. Again, I'm not the only one that's out there. There's a ton of people that are out there. Hopefully you're getting information from other people, and it's not contradicting information, because some people will look at use case. You want to be able to look at use case as well as looking at a lot of the tokenomics of it, and looking at all of the different details when it comes to the supply, looking at the chart, analyzing the chart, understanding the amount of holders, understand if it is or could be a rug pull in any way, understanding everything that you can around the data before getting into what it actually does. So there's ways to implement both. I could help with BTD. I know nothing about development, but would be a fun project for me to learn. Yeah, if you learn more about development, I don't want any mistakes, because then it ends up being an issue to where that falls back to me. So it has to be someone that is knowledgeable about it. Especially someone that has that type of clearance to touch the coin. No offense, but yeah, I want to make sure that the people that touch it are people that are knowledgeable, because I want to be able to grow it to something a lot bigger, but I also don't want it to fall in any way. You know what I mean? What's down will go up. So when you are gonna say, wait, so when you gonna say how to turn it? Oh, yes. So we have 200 people here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being a part of this community. I appreciate it. Let me go ahead and play an ad over on the Let It Burn channel. So turning $100 into, let me actually bring this over here. Turning $100 into $1 million or millions of dollars, right, is not the toughest thing in the world, right? You've seen people do this with product, to where people will turn a penny into $1 million in a year. I've seen somebody do that where they change products. I've seen people turn nothing into a house, which is $200,000. I've seen people do all of that stuff. However, with Shiba Inu coin, it's just a matter of time before you can get to that point. So if you invest just, let's say, $4 million, right? I think that's, or sorry, 4 million coins. In 4 million coins, let's actually up that. Let's go to 5 million. So just 5 million coins, let's bring this over here, would be $100. Now, what people will do typically is they're going to go, oh, I have 5 million. Do I have enough? This is always that question that we come to, is I have 5 million. Do I have enough? I have 10 million. Do I have enough? I have 20 million. Do I have enough? While you see all these other people that have, 100 million or 200 million or, 1 billion or whatever. So as you look at this, 100, let me actually move the screen, make sure. Okay. So I am presenting. It looks like we have a long lag, so that sucks. But 100 million or $100 here, and you have 5 million coins. Now, all you have to do is understand an exit strategy. All you have to do is understand when you're going to sell your position, and what levels you'll end up selling your position. So I talked about this in my new video with whales. So the new video that I'm posting at 9:30, you're going to get kind of an inside scoop to it. But we're talking about whales, and a lot of whales will end up selling at certain levels. You know, they'll sell at 0.005, or they'll sell at 1 cent, or they'll sell at 2 cents, or 25 or 50 or $1, right? You'll have certain levels that people will sell at, especially whales. So what you need to do is understand where they are going to sell, where you think they're going to sell, where you're going to make the most profit. Capture your initial investment so that you can put this into other places that could grow money for you. And then also take profit as you go down, because most people will say, oh, well, you know what? If it goes to $1, I'll gain $7 million out of it, because yes, you have an APY. Let's take the APY out of it. You're not gaining anything for it. So in the end, it turns from $1 to $5 million. That's a simple way of looking at it, right? And that may take years for that to happen. But throughout those years, you weren't able to touch anything. While you see this up in the level of 25 cents and you turn it into $1 million, you're telling me it's going to be easy for you to hold on to $1.2 million? Probably not. Is it going to be easy for you to hold on to $2.5 million? Definitely not. $3.5 million? Definitely not. And then $5 million, you know, you obviously get to that point. You're like, I'm glad I held on for that long. However, anything that you had, any potential chance that you had to gain any other money with any other position, came and went. Crypto is not out the window, but it's not as volatile as it was. So you missed a lot of opportunity, right? So in order to not miss a lot of opportunity, what you would do is you would find certain points. So 0.005, this is where I tend to make a move. Maybe you're like, all right, well, you know what? I'll take 1 million of this, right? That leaves 4 million that's left. You gain $5,000, turned $100 into $5,000. That 5,000 can now go into any other position that you want. It's not a crazy life-changing amount of money, but that $5,000 can go somewhere very, very far. Now you start to get to other levels where you see maybe 1 cent, or maybe you get further and you wait for it to get to $100,000 at like 3 cents. You're like, all right, well, I'll take another 1 million, right? That's 29,000. So total that you have to invest in other projects is $34,795 off of $100. Well, now after seeing that level, you have 3 million that's left. You decide that you only want to make significant moves. So you decide that when it gets up to 25 cents, that's when you'll make your move. Maybe it could be earlier. You could say at 12 cents, you take a profit, but let's say 25 cents, you end up taking, you know, either 1 million or 500,000. Let's say it's another 1 million, right? You want to take most of your profit there, right? You're looking at $284,000 that you now have to put into other investments and potentially grow those investments the same way you grew this investment, or at least a fraction of that, because this is going to be insane. Obviously, turn 100 into millions. But then you're just like, all right, well, I'm going to take maybe another 500,000 here, and then when it gets to $1, I'll take another portion there. So you could take 500,000 here if you wanted to, right? And that's another 250 that you would pull out, and then you have 1.5 that you can take out at $1, and you can take out all the rest of 1.5 million, and now you have $2 million that you're able to turn that into, right? So it's very simple to be able to turn $1 million into $2 million over that long period of time, and it may be 10 years that this plays out, but the point about it is that you're giving yourself, yes, the first maybe 3 years or maybe even 2 years as a level to where you're like, all right, well, I can settle on what I have and it's growing by the thousands. And then when it gets to the third year, you know, you see it in the, 5-digit marks for your gains. So then you take a little bit out. You don't have to take all of it out. It's tough to keep all of that stuff in there when you turn $100 into 25,000. But if you take a portion out, it makes it that much easier, right? So then you go another 2 years and now you can take another portion out to where it makes it even easier to continue to run, right? And that's, somebody's salary sometimes. Like $30,000 a year is somebody's salary. So taking that and turning it into 29,000, sorry for the people that are on the Let It Burn channel, you can't see any of this. But that's why you have the video coming out at 9:30 on whales. You'll be able to see this exact spreadsheet. But then you start to get to later stages, and it makes it easier to hold at some of these levels and gain 250,000 that year, gain 250,000 the next year, gain 1.5 million the next year. So you obviously are creating more of an impact here. You can either take out that 1 million and turn it into 2 million, right? You can take out that 1 million and leave 500,000 in there, because this can turn into something bigger as well. Maybe it can get to $5. Maybe it can get to $10. And if it does, you have a consistent income for the next however many years by pulling those coins out. So again, this spreadsheet is over on my Patreon. If you guys want to see this spreadsheet and put your coins in here, put your APY in here, see how that adjusts. Because if you did have a 2% APY, things do change a bit. You know, now at the end, as you're selling that amount, you sell 1 million, 1 million, 1 million, 500,000, another 1 million. You now have 1 million that's still left. So you can take that at $10, you can take that at $5, or any level above that. So obviously you're able to set yourself up for success there. So that's how you turn $100 into 2 million with Shiba Inu. It's not a simple process. It's not something that is 100% guaranteed, but it does give you the ability to profit during your run, during the bull run, during when you're going to gain something out of it, right? So, you know, turning $100 into $5,000 is a great thing to have happen. Turning $100 into $29,000 is great, right? You can see all of these things that could potentially happen. This is where we start to question. We start to question maybe above, you know, a certain level, maybe 10 cents or 20 cents. We start to question it, because when are whales going to end up selling, right? They'll probably sell somewhere around there. You'll see more people get into it as more is burned off, and it may take a longer time to end up playing out. But $1 definitely seems like an opportunity, especially being able to burn off as much as we can with Shiba Burn. So that's what I'll say there. If you guys want the spreadsheet, again, go over to Patreon, and the link is in Patreon. You can sign up as a $5 member and get the spreadsheet. I do have a Chronos spreadsheet too, if you want to check that out. All right. So that was good. I like breaking down spreadsheets. I like doing analytics and all that stuff. So thank you for listening. Yes, please keep doing what you're doing, Matthew. I only have 2.5 or 2.75 million SHIB. I'm so brand new to this. I really don't want to spend a lot. I totally understand. Totally understand. Just make sure you have a solid exit plan. I'm sure you're going to get to the end like everybody else and say, I should have probably invested more. That's what most people would say. Preacher Benz, the spreadsheet is over on my Patreon. Link is in the description. You can go over there and get it. If you wanna join the Discord group while you're there, you might as well, because it's $5 to join the Patreon. So if you wanted to get the spreadsheet, basically you have to pay for the spreadsheet, but then you can also join the Discord group and be a part of that there for at least a month, and you know, just talk to everybody there and see what we have going on and all that stuff. So yep, take it out in sections and then give half to the government, please. So that's actually not not true. So you will give half to the government short term, basically, but long term it'll be 20%. So it's not going to be a crazy amount as you go longer term. So this is you're probably not going to take your first bit of profit until maybe 2 years later, right? When it gets to this point, maybe it's like 2 years or 3 years later from where we are, you're not going to take any profit until then. So it's a long-term investment, which is 20% basically. And if you make less, right, it's going to be less than 20% because you're only making $26,000. Or no, it's 20% flat no matter what. So, or no, it's 0 to 20%. So you might not even pay any taxes. I'm not a tax expert, but I do know it's 0 to 20% under a certain amount. I think it's under like $40,000 or something like that. So this could be taxed at 0. And that would be amazing over the long term. So just understand that this could have its huge benefit and you're not taking out half for taxes because it is long term. If you made that money from here to here, right, quarter to quarter, or year to, or not year to year, but maybe 10 months or whatever, then that might be an issue, because you'll be paying half in it, and I wouldn't want to take a profit anyways. But I get what you're saying. I can imagine a country adopting crypto and then getting rugged. Yeah, I mean, that's horrible. Amazing concept based on uh, Fibonacci principles. What's your take on the new ACES Act in El Salvador? I love their president's response. I haven't looked into it. Can I get the cliff notes there? I haven't looked into anything over the weekend, I'll tell you that. I should have 725 million. Should I buy more? Wait, I have 725 million. Should I buy more? It's up to you. When you have more, it creates an earlier way to sell it, right? If you want to make a certain amount, let's say you wanted to make $100,000 from the first time that you sell it. If you go from having 202 million like I have to 1 billion, which I do want to end up getting, right? You have 1 billion here, right? If I wanted to sell at a certain portion, like typically I would end up selling at 0.005, right? But 0.005 will give me $5.3 million. So obviously I have a way of selling a lot sooner. So I can basically look at this portion here, maybe somewhere right here where it's 0.0002, and say, okay, this is $200,000. I'll take a lower portion here, or I'll wait till it gets to 0.001, right? Just losing that zero, or I guess, is it just losing that zero? No, I guess this would be just losing that zero. Oh, no, it would be just losing that zero. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. So it would be just losing that zero, and I would be able to profit whatever I want to profit. Instead of selling at this point, which is, 3 more spots up, I'm now selling at this point where it's earlier that I can take a profit that I wanted to. So I can take 100,000 if I wanted to, or 100 million, and I'll have $171,000 that I can now use towards other investments. And it's over the long term. I'll be taxed at 20%. It's not something I really have to worry about. I made $171,000 in that year, and then whatever else it continues to grow to. So if it gets to that point, I'll make another sell somewhere around here, 100 million, and I'll still have 800 plus million that's left, and I just profited off of my 2 initial sell points that I wanted to get to. I now profited $672,000, right? Or technically $650,000 because I invested 20,000 to begin with, and it might even be more than that. Well, actually, no, it's less. It's $21,000 or $22,000 at this point. But still, like, you're able to gain so much more if you invest more, and you could take partial profits as you go down, so that you're going to make money as you go down to lower spots, because this is definitely possible. When we look at something like this is definitely possible, and seeing this resist at 1 cent, you still know that you made $672,000 out of it. And then when we do see more and more burns go into it, and the price floor increases, the price ceiling increases, well, now you have that possibility to take your 800 plus thousand or 800 plus million and sell at other points, and now being worth 12 million, 26 million, 112 million. So obviously giving yourself more of an opportunity to gain a ton out of it, but you have to give yourself that opportunity. You can see this point and end up taking portions out of it too, right? If you feel like you just want to take $20,000 out of this, and you're like, I just want to take 2 million or 200 million, because I'll leave the rest that's in there, because I'm taking what I've gained plus more. I'm taking 200 million, which is $40,000. I'll leave 800 million in there, and now I'll start to take my profits, right? Where you have 100 million, and then you gain what you want to be able to put in other investments, and now you can worry about whatever else you're gaining, because no matter what, you've gained what you put in. You're not going to lose what you put in. You're only going to go up from here. So I do have a a video on how to use the spreadsheet if you want to check that out, because where you get it is if you go into Patreon and you go into posts, all of the posts, you're going to see a Shiba exit plan. And in that, you're going to see an attached file. That's the spreadsheet, and the video teaches you how to use it. Hey, Matt, can across an interesting, you came across an interesting Twitter account? What about it? It's actually ETH SHIB. Interesting burns. Take a look. I thought there was something, for some reason I thought that was a, I don't know. I've heard of like that name, I think, and it was like rug pull from what I heard, but I'm not 100% sure. And that may be just, and it came up in conversation, so maybe that's wrong. Let it burn Shib. Thank you. I think you just became a member today. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. How many CRO are you holding? I'm holding, I don't know. So I'm holding 1,700 in my MetaMask because I keep gaining CRN, which I need to do a video on that. I understand that they decided to change their plan, and instead of moving towards, you know, 0.5, they just jumped right to 0.5. So that's always interesting. But let me look at my crypto.com because I have CRO, a lot of CRO over there. Because I know I have like 9,000 or 10,000 staked. Yeah, I think I have like 10,000 staked, and then I have like another 4,000 that's not staked, and then 1,700 over in my MetaMask. So total that I'm looking at is probably like 15 or 16,000. Yeah, 15 or 16,000. I would go with that. Let's make sure. Another 4,000, 10,000. That's 14. And then yeah, I guess it's like 15 or 16. I do want to hold more because I actually want to stake. I want to stake the max amount that I can stake of CRO, because that's the most benefit that you can gain is with CRO. If I can stake 400,000 now, I definitely will, because one, I'll gain 8% with the card, and I'll definitely take that. And 400,000 staked and gaining 12%, I'll take that any day. Would you recommend Coinbase or another exchange with lower fees? So it all depends. So I like Coinbase for SHIB. I'm okay with Coinbase. It's not really that high in fees if you are buying on Coinbase Pro, but if you're buying on Coinbase, it's higher fees there. You can trade on Coinbase Advanced for a lower fee, but you still have to get your money in the account. So 1,200 CRO. You have 460 CRO staked. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I need to stake way more. I bought in 2,200. I have 7.2 million. What would be an idea for the first pool? So if you have 7.2 million, when did you buy? Because that's the point, is when did you buy? How much did you invest? Because if you have 7.2 million, you just want to be able to, you want to be able to profit out of it. So it all depends what you want to get. So for me, I'm physically okay with accepting my profit times a certain amount, just to be able to capture what I did invest. Because especially if I put 1 billion in there, that's 20,000 that I do not want to lose in any case, right? So you never know what could happen. I'm not saying that anything will happen with Shiba Inu. You just don't know how the popularity will be. So you want to be able to capture profits as you go along. So if I'm putting in 1 billion for me, that's money that I don't want to lose. $144 for me is not something that I would be like, all right, well, I'm not comfortable with losing. It's something that I can put in here and understand that I can let that run the whole way and not care about what that is at all, right? But if you wanted to take your first profit, I would probably settle for something higher. If you have less coins, you have to wait for a higher point in order to still gather millions, right? Or to gather hundreds of thousands. Because the point is that you have a little bit and you want that to multiply, and you want it to continue to multiply and continue to multiply. So if you end up taking this up here, you're now limiting the amount that you can multiply. And yes, you still gain a lot. You're still going from 144 to 2,140, but that's not life-changing money. You can make that in another investment if you wanted to. So that's why I decide to put more, because if I can put 1 billion in there, then I can take profit early and gain a larger amount in size. So it would be like $30,000, $100,000 at an earlier point. So I think that's up to you. What you need to do is take the spreadsheet yourself and go in there and work around your numbers and see what you are comfortable with. And don't be greedy, because what people will see, or what I see all the time, is greed, right? People get very, very greedy, and they will basically say, you know what? I don't want to take that money here. I don't want to sell those coins there. I'm just going to sell once it gets to 2 cents. It gets to 2 cents, that's when I'll sell. Or I'll sell when it gets to 12 cents. That's the only time that I sell, right? That leaves out so much opportunity for other positions that you could possibly get into, right? Yes, I understand. 1 million, you'll sell something and you'll probably gain, if you take a certain portion, you take 2 million out of it, right? And you gained a 2% APY, you're gaining $248,000. That's definitely a life-changing amount of money if you can gain that per year, right? And as you're continuing to grow, you can still gain that. You have 6 million that's left if you're gaining a 2% APY, and you let it run its course, and now you can continue to go. And it seems like you can be greedy there, but don't take these numbers as a level of the truth. You need to be conservative in some levels and say, okay, we have 13,000. What's realistic? All right, I invested $140 and I'm at 13,000. How about I take $1,000 and put it into another investment that I feel could run the same way, or run at least a little bit, So yeah, I think you should take the spreadsheet and work it out for yourself. Find the best opportunity to where you believe whales are not going to sell at, or are going to sell after that, and you'll be good. Maybe invest $20 a week while the price is low. Heck, I spend more than that at the movies. Yeah, I've just noticed that. Like I look at all of the money that we spend, and if I invested all of that money, I mean, we would have so much, but then we would have no joy in life. Like we just went to go see Kevin Hart what was it, Saturday, and that was fun. But if we didn't spend that money, we could have taken that money and I could have invested it. Right? I could have put all that money into Shiba Inu, and I would have had more coins. I could have put all that money into Farmcoin if I wanted to. But I took it, and we went to go have fun. You don't stake CRO in the DeFi wallet? No, I don't. Those numbers can change quite a bit, so I don't do that. So I just stake it on Coinbase. And if you stake it with the card, so say if you stake 4,000 with the card, you're getting 10% anyways. If you stake 40,000 or 400,000, you can get 12%. So no matter what, you're getting a very, very high percentage. It's not probably as much as what the DeFi wallet will tell you, where it's like 12 or 14% or something like that. But those numbers change depending on what the value is over there. The numbers will, I wouldn't say will not change on crypto.com, but crypto.com doesn't change them as much, right? A wallet will change the percentages quite a bit. A 41% burn again. Only burn SHIB because he doesn't want them in the first place. The SHIB team, you just sent them to him. He didn't ask for them. It was kind of cringy, to be honest. So I think it creates more value within SHIB if you actually burn them. And I think he realized that it's not about just he didn't want them in the first place. Yes, he didn't want them in the first place. But what do you do with them? If he didn't want them, he could have just sold them, right? In any way. Or he could have just put them somewhere else or gave them out to people, if that's the case. But burning them now gives SHIB a little bit more value and an understanding that you can burn off coins with a consistent rate. So yeah, I would agree to an extent, but there's always other sides to it, and you never know what someone believes. I think he's a smart guy. I'd be surprised if there was more communication than what we know. Hey Matt, when can we expect you to visit the ZB Zelda Inu Telegram? Would be great to have an appearance from you to receive the love. Yeah, I mean, eventually I will get there. I mean, out of all the times that you ask me, I mean, it's making me. It's like you ever I don't know how many people have been in this situation, but you've been in like a relationship and for a long time, and then the wife keeps asking you, hey, when are we gonna get married, type of thing. It's like it makes me want to go less and less. But I appreciate you coming here and saying that. I do have it on my list. I have it on. I'm trying to get through it and get everything set up. Not saying that I don't appreciate the love that you're giving me. By one being a member and two, coming on here and commenting and telling people that you do support Zelda Inu in a big way. Yeah, I'll be there. I just need to figure some stuff out because I still haven't figured out, like, the Telegram's just not working on my computer. I could probably do it on my phone or something, but it's not working on my computer. How do you make that spreadsheet? So I have the spreadsheet. If you want all of the details, go over to my Patreon. If you want to skip the issues of making the spreadsheet, because there's a couple formulas in here. You can pause the video every time I do one of these formulas. So I literally just have the price. Then I have the where that comes from, the amount that I'm starting with, and we have other formulas up here. We do have more formulas, another formula here, and obviously another formula here, as well as one more formula over here. So if you want to skip all of it and not have to worry about making it and building the formulas and all that stuff, which is not difficult, you can definitely do it. But instead of skipping it, go over to the Patreon, sign up for 1 month. And then you can cancel, after the first month, or cancel it right away. I don't care. But you can go over there and you can get the spreadsheet, and you can also be a part of the Discord group if you want to. Kevin Hart's funny. He's hilarious. I mean, they took my phone, like they took both of our phones, and they put them in like this sealed package that we couldn't open. So that was pretty weird, but I understand. You don't want any of his, you don't want his set getting out. I think Chris Rock is going to be performing in April, and we want to go to that, but we haven't made that decision yet because that'll be two months to where we do like back to back like comedy shows. Like this one, we were sitting in the front row, which we've never done in a comedy show. We've seen Kevin Hart probably 4 times. Almost every one of his specials. You've seen him 4 times. And this is the first time that we've been in the front row. The last time we saw him in Reading, actually, we were in the 3rd row, but this is the first time we've been in the front row. So it was good. It was really fun. I'm new to the DeFi wallet. I added more VVS yesterday. So I'm not really the biggest fan of VVS. I'm not. And people will know that because the amount that they can dilute the position is way more than what the price can actually increase to, right? So if you're getting, or not even that, also the APY that they give you 60% APY, but they can decrease the price by a hell of a lot just by dilution. So that's my only issue with VVS Finance is I don't want to buy it because of that feature right there. I can invest $1,000 thinking I'm gaining 66%, but then they decrease the price. And the amount of VVS that I'm holding, yes, is gaining 66%, but now instead of $1,000, it's $800. So you can obviously see a large impact there from the price dilution, which it seems like they're adding coins every day. Because they did like add one, I think they added like 1 billion or something in one day, or it might have even been 1 trillion. I don't know how many coins they have, but they added basically like 1% of the coins to circulation in one day, which decreased the price a hell of a lot. That's one thing that you need to look at. You know, if we go into some detail here, let's go over here and go into VVS Finance. So I don't mean to push people away from the position at all, but you can see here that you're looking at this decrease in the price, and they could easily add more coins to this. So you're not seeing much fluctuation here. I guess you did see a little bit of fluctuation here where they did add some coins, and you're seeing a higher market cap. If you ever need to look at that, you basically can go here and say, okay, the price should reflect where the market cap is if the circulating supply stays the same. So if the market cap changes and you see the market cap jump at a level to where it stands still right here, right? You see it at a low point, and that low point is still there. That low point is still very, very low, but then you see everything get adjusted up a little bit. And yes, it could be the scale as well, but the scale usually goes by the same rate or same method of movement, because you're going to see I guess a scale update with the same difference, if that makes sense, percentage wise. So if you see this update, you know that more coins were added to the pot, because the price can be lower, but the market cap can be higher, if that makes sense. So they're adding coins every single day, turning that from, there's only 10% of the circulating supply that's actually out there, right? And, 40 trillion, I guess, is the total supply, but you have 10 trillion that's out there. But then when you look at the max supply, 100 trillion is the max supply, which means you can have more coins that are added to the total supply and more coins that are also added to the circulating supply, if that makes sense. So it's definitely something interesting here where I can't do it. There's just too much dilution into it. And that's my opinion. You could have a totally different opinion, and I'm all for it. How many more SHIB do you think we could buy at the bottom of the bear market? Is there a potential for us normal people and whales buy up all the remaining supply? No, absolutely not. If you buy up 100% of the supply, you're looking at a massive price that you move, because the demand will be insanely high. People want to buy into it, and you're going to see the price skyrocket, because if you have a high demand where people want to buy more coins, then what you're going to see is the price increase because there's no supply available. As the supply gets limited, the price goes up, just like something like a Bitcoin. The supply gets limited, the price goes up. People are holding on to Bitcoin for a very long period of time, and they're just waiting for it to run to a potential $1 million price point, because it's like scarcity that kind of keeps people invested. Fear of missing out keeps people invested. So there's no way that you can buy 100% of the supply. There's always going to be someone that sees a profit out of it, especially if you look at the 4.4 trillion that was just like bought. You look at that, and that person can just see this double and turn that into double the value of what they initially invested, which I think 1 trillion, you would be investing about 21 million. So multiplying that by 4, you basically invested 80 million or $100 million, upwards of $100 million, right? You can turn that 100 million into 200 million very fast. You're telling me, as a person that knows how valuable, $1 million is or $2 million is, that they wouldn't sell 100% of their supply when they make double that money, $100 million extra, or they might sell $150 million and keep 50 million in there. And then now, yes, they still have made 50 million extra dollars, but they still have 50 million in there that can run with the rest of us. And then that can double and triple and quadruple, right? So they end up making their money just like we would, and they sell portions of it. They understand that. They sell a larger portion in the beginning to collect their entire initial investment plus some profit, which their profit is in the millions instead of the hundreds of thousands. And then you leave 50 million in there. That turns into 200 million after 4xing. And then now they take out another 100 million, leave a 100 million in there, and they continue to make those moves as the price goes up. So I don't ever think that we will hold 100% of supply or buy up all of the supply. I am definitely thinking that when you look at the amount of supply that we actually hold and the amount that's out there, in exchanges and contract addresses and all that other type of stuff, you're probably only looking at, we only have like 10 to maybe 20%, 10 to maybe 20% of the overall supply, maybe. And I would say that's a very strong maybe. Or maybe weak maybe. Basically, I mean that we most likely have closer to 10% than 20% of the overall supply that's being bought. Is anyone still working on the idea of staking to burn? Yes, people are working on it. It's just not something that's very easily done, especially when you have limits on how much you can stake. So if we do staking to burn, it would have to be everybody that decides to stake their position and burn off what they gain, which would be amazing. But not everybody is staking their position, and you would have to see it in the data there. You would have to see however many trillions are being staked, not only on Shiba Swap, but also on crypto.com and every other platform. And it would be a good idea, because then we can take the trillions that we do have, and we can burn off what we do gain in stakeable amounts, like every year or every quarter or something. And that would be amazing. However, it's very, very tough to do. If we wanted to consolidate everything, it's the same thing as telling people, hey, take $10 every day and burn it off. It's very tough to organize something like that. If we can, then that would be great. If we had an ability to stake Shiba Inu or $20 million worth of Shiba Inu or $1 trillion and then burn off the 2.4 billion per day, or sorry, per month, that would be amazing. If we had an ability to stake 40 trillion and, burn off, I don't know, maybe 100 billion or 50 billion per month, that would be amazing. But it's not something that we can do right now, because no platform allows you to stake, more than like 2 million. I think right now, crypto.com allows you to stake 2 million if you have the black card. But if you don't have the black card, you can't stake 2 million. And you can't stake 20 million. You definitely can't. That's 10x what they allow you to stake, the limits. So it's definitely tough to do that. And that's where the limitations come into play, is like you gain with the staking percentage, but you can't stake enough. Been reading about the Shiba Burn thing. They sent him like half the supply in a parody marketing stunt. Vitalik donated 10% to a relief fund and burned 90% of it. That charity then sent it to him. Yeah, then sent it back to him. Wait, where was that at? The charity he donated is located in India, but their laws were making it difficult for the charity to use the funds effectively, something like that. Yeah, and then it was sent back to him. I don't know what he did with it after that. 100 million back in USDC. Yeah, I don't know what he did with that after that, because I know he did have it. I just don't know what he did with it. You sat in the front row. Did you get roasted? No, Kevin Hart doesn't do that. Kevin Hart always, like, he sticks to his plan, and he doesn't do that. If I went to, like, which we do plan on going to Chris Rock, I feel like he will, talk to some people. He does have a script and does have things he goes by, but then he does talk to people in the crowd. But there's a lot of different ways of doing comedy. I like the people that interact with the crowd. I've seen a couple of people that have done that, and it's always great. But then, Kevin Hart doesn't do that. Um, some of the Plastic Cup boys did though. That was pretty fun. Those are the people that warm up the crowd for him. If you have kids, have them play Shiba Inu game. Just link the wallet and send them to their room. Easy 20 a day, 20 Shiba a day. But sales tax is kind of high, but free ETH. Interesting. How much is Patreon? So the lowest level is $5. Yeah, starts at $5 a month. Is this a show every day? I like discussing this. Yeah, I mean, I do it every weekday. So Monday through Friday, we talk about crypto, we talk about stocks, we talk about a lot of different things. If you have any questions on different investments that we've seen, we can always talk about those. Anything that you're investing in. I don't like to tear people down. I do like to look at negatives and positives. So if it ever seems like I'm always playing devil's advocate, it's because I am. I always like to look at negatives and positives of positions. So, how's BTD doing? I mean, it's doing okay. I haven't looked at it in a little bit. Again, I don't have the time to go through all of the development of it. And I want to continue to go through all of that. Let's see, where's it at? I'm glad that Shiba Inu still allows me to be in their Discord. Maybe they don't know who I am. I mean, I don't have my picture. Maybe that's probably why. Maybe I'll just keep it without my picture. Let's see. So it's at 50 cents still. We still need to just see. I just need to take some time and be able to develop a lot of things. The issue is that I don't have the time to do it. I'm always uploading videos or um, uh, streams and all that stuff. Obviously, family time and everything. I don't want to take away from that, but I do want to develop something big out of it. And we're burning off, Shiba Inu coin with it. It's just not as much as we would hope because it's basically not by just the volume because it doesn't have a tax with it, which I think would have been a better situation to tax it. But yeah, I don't know. Right now we're just burning it off by selling portions of it and then going from there. So it's at 50 cents right now. Let me see. I'm gonna skip a lot of stuff because I'm way behind. Now what's up? I hit you up on Twitter last night. I posted on Reddit about the big burn on my birthday, March 22nd, and I got permanently banned. You what? You posted on Reddit about the big burn and got permanently banned? What did you post? But they don't like burns on a Shiba Inu Reddit or whatever Reddit you posted on? That's stupid. Bitcoin dropped to 28K by the end of this week. You think it's going to drop to 28K by the end of this week? That'll be phenomenal for other positions, I'll tell you that. It will hurt a lot of people and people will look at it and go, "Oh man, everything's going to shit," for lack of a better term. Are you playing wait, are you guys playing the play to burn games? Brickbusters, Candy Trip, Zombie, Assassin. Within 3 days on the 17th, they are burning $12,806 worth of SHIB. That's amazing. That's like 500 million. He said he was wrong to use the money for COVID science and relief projects worldwide. Oh, he said he was going to use it. I said wrong. He said he was going to use it for, okay. Yeah, I haven't looked into it heavy. I know that he basically took 40% or 41%, 40% of the tokens and decided to burn those off. And I knew about the 100 million, but I didn't know what he did, after that then. Eh, I invested 4,000 with her and already made 9,000 profit. Are we talking about Kim Jansen? I don't think Shiba will do magic anymore. Can you please, before you sign off, give the new folks encouragement with our live, or wait, our investments? I'm new and I've invested a lot into Shiba, but need some good vibes. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Some encouragement with our investments. I mean, the only encouragement I can give you is the fact that we know that the market is at a very low point right now. Yes, it could go lower. There's always a possibility. You never know how the market is going to react to situations that are happening in the world today. But know that where I believe the current rates are in a lot of things, maybe minus Terra. I think Terra Luna can be something bigger, but it is or was at a high point. I haven't seen it lately, uh, compared to where it has been in the past and the market cap wise. But when it comes to Shiba Inu, this is at a low point, right? We know that it can be a lot higher market cap wise, just mass adoption wise, and then also including a lot of the burns and getting to a point to where we can burn off 1 trillion coins. Once we hit that mark to where we're like, we can burn off 1 trillion coins this year. Well, now we start to realize that those levels not only can double, but we can 10x those levels or 60x those levels and see 60 trillion burn off in 1 year, depending on how we adopt a lot of the more popular ways to burn things. Because not only will the Shiba Inu community, burn it off, whether they're just, putting their money and burning it off. You'll see the devs that decide to put something in place, which I don't think will be a large impact to the burn. I don't think they will burn 5% per transaction. I think they're going to do something very small. But with all of the coins that are in place as well, and, Shiba Burn being a big one that you can burn off a ton of Shiba Inu with, we can get there with everything together, everything united, right? So I definitely think that supporting all of these different burn projects is going to be great. Whether it's Brickbusters, whether it is Bigger Entertainment, whether it is Shiba Burn or the Let It Burn channel, all of these methods together are going to create a huge increase to the project and create value for everybody else. So um, that's my whole idea, is to create value for other people. Like, people ask me like, hey, if you make $10 million from this Let It Burn channel and you're set to burn off $5 million, will you really burn off $5 million? And the answer is yes, right? It's not my money, right? You guys decided to watch the video multiple times. You guys decided to be with the 24-hour live streams. You guys decided to be members in the channel, right? And have 500,000 members that, we end up burning off, all of the profits from that. So it's totally up to you to show what we can burn within these different methods. Uh, with everybody's support, we know where everyone's head lies and where we can get to with the price. So that's why, I decided to do what I'm doing, and I'm going to stay true to my word and burn off as much as I possibly can. And with all the methods, I think we can get there. Shib Burn will take off sometime this year. I hope you're right, because I think they should be a lot bigger. I think Shiba Burn should be a lot bigger, especially with the amount of holders. I mean, it is new, so it is only, about a month, a little over a month old, and people are really starting to get into it and understand that 5% of the daily volume will go towards burning off SHIB. 13% total is actually taxed, but you do have a great way of using that money. That's what's insane. Is like other ones that I have seen out there literally only have like what 5 for like advertising, and then or whatever. They take 15%, and they do 10% for burns, which are great, and it creates a larger amount of burns if you do have a lot of volume. But nothing's being locked into a position here. Nothing's as transparent as a Shiba burn, right? When you go in here, you have the full breakdown of everything and where things are coming from, what we can look for there. It just gives you a lot. So I'm tired. I'm still trying to catch up on that sleep that I missed. You know, typically I don't get a lot of sleep, but when we came home at like 2 in the morning or 2:30 or something like that, fell asleep at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock. I haven't recovered from that yet. Matthew, wait, what? For this who don't know how to burn, would you likely kindly explain some steps? Yeah, I mean, I have a whole video on how to burn. You're holding 150 million. So I have a whole video on how to burn, but basically you just go over to so let me take all this out. So if you go into CoinMarketCap and you type in Shiba Burn, or sorry, not Shiba Burn, you type in Shiba Inu. If you type in Shiba Inu, you're going to get this. It comes up. You want to go down to the contract. You want to go down to this address, click into it. Don't copy it, click into it. You want to scroll down a little bit, go to holders, select the null address. Make sure you select it, which is 41% of the total supply. And you're going to want to copy this address. So this dead wallet, there is multiple dead wallets, but copy this address and send it to that dead wallet. And now what you're going to do is go over to Coinbase or whatever your platform is, withdraw. You select Shiba Inu when you get in here. You select Shiba Inu. You got to make sure, if you're in Coinbase, that you select crypto address because you're putting in a separate crypto address that you're sending it to. And then, you just paste the address in the to box. And it should come up with a fee, which is 122,000. And if you want to sell or you want to send 1 million to the dead wallet, you can. So that's a simple way of doing it, and then it'll pend and it'll go through, and you'll see it pop up either on. Sorry, let's go back here. You'll see it pop up either on Etherscan after you refresh it, or you'll go over to Shib Burn on Twitter. So, at Shib Burn, and you'll be able to get whatever was burned off in a transfer when it does go through. So it's very simple there. How do they do that? If I'm on subscribers only, am I on subscribers only? I should be. I'm not. I thought I was. That's probably why. Yeah, it's weird. Yeesh. Yeah, I don't know. It's a problem. Still trying to catch those Z's I misplaced last year. I hear you. That's funny. Morning, brother. I kind of missed it. I think. Did you say CRN is going to drop to 0.5 straight from 1? Yeah. Yes. So did you see when they will do it? I I did see something come through the Discord. So I didn't really check exactly when they were going to do it. But let's see. Uh we announced to make everyone of the project, blah 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 blah. I don't see that there. It's not there. There'll be some issues with it. I'm not able to. being right away. Rewards will not be cut today. Okay, so that was on the 11th. It was not cut yet. I was wondering why I was still gaining one over the weekend, because it should have been cut on the 11th, but it wasn't cut on the 11th. So I guess it'll probably go into effect today. Most of the people who have seen the reward section is updated, and on the UI, we also set that the reward per node amount, we cut straight to 0.5 per node. This was absolutely necessary for sustainability, which is understandable. I mean, that's 2.5%. I know people will overreact, and right now you're seeing the price. You're actually seeing the price of CRN go up, so it's up to $9.27 versus where it was yesterday at $8. I probably should have waited to convert mine, because I always convert it to CRO. That's just how I work. But yeah, they cut to straight to 0.5, which is good. I mean, it keeps it sustainable, and some people are still reinvesting their chronodes in there, which is great. I'm not doing it though, because that wasn't part of the plan in the beginning. It was part of the adjusted plan, and then as they did cut the reward, the plan stayed or turned back to the original plan. Do I still think it's possible for SHIB to reach $1 in 8 to 10 years? Yes, I do think. I have to sneeze, and it's not going to let me sneeze. If you ever have to sneeze, look up at a light. It seems to work. Look up at a light, or look up at the sun, which could be damaging to the eyes. But once you look up, the sneeze happens. But yes, I do think it will get to $1 within 8 to 10 years, especially with all the burn rates that are coming up. People may not think that, the burn rates will have a large effect, but I don't believe that. I mean, there's so many methods that people are coming up with, and yes, most of them are like, you buy this and we burn 10%, or you watch this and we burn 20%, or even 50% of what we gain. Because I mean, obviously I'm burning off 100% of the profits, but 50% of the revenue, leaving some sort of portion for failure, because you never know how much you're going to get taxed. So I think it's understandable to burn 50% of your revenue, but still, you take basically all of those options, all of those opportunities for burning, and yes, you can easily get there. However, right now we're still only burning $2 billion per month, and we need to burn that most likely per 30 minutes. We need to burn 1 billion per 30 minutes, and that might even be a stretch. We might even need to burn more than that. No, we need to burn 1 billion per 15 minutes. So basically a total of over 100 billion in a day. And I think Shiba Burn can get us there, because if I look at some of the breakdown, let me just break all this down for you. So most people are happy about burns, right? Understand what the numbers are. Let's go into the numbers here before we get into some details, and then hopefully you guys can make your decision on whatever you want to do, because it's obviously your money and what you want to do. So if we look at where Shiba Inu, the burn wallet, is, right? This is the burn wallet. We can see here that we did have a 327 million burn, which is definitely something that doesn't normally happen. And we could see that today we've burned off about 700 million coins, which is great. To see a daily burn of 1 billion would be phenomenal. However, the average that we've seen before that, you look at this, and this is over 1 day. So we have these projects over, let's say, 1 day. So last 24 hours. Let's actually go back. So let's go with the last day here, and we'll go with this one. So we literally had 3 burns within that day. A 10,000 coin burn, a 1 million coin burn, and a 2 million coin burn. So the amount that we've burned in that day was 3.2 million, right? The 10,000, I'm not saying it doesn't matter, but it's a very low amount. It's not even a drop in the bucket. I don't even know how to classify it, but it's still something, right? It's still something. But if we could see a bunch of those go through, that would be amazing. But right now we have three transfers that went through in one day for $3 million. Understand that there are trillions. There is a thousand million in a billion, and there's 1,000 billion in a trillion. So in order to burn off even a fraction of 1%, we need to get to a crazy high level, and we need to burn off, thousands of percent higher than, probably tens of thousands of percent higher than what we are looking at right now daily. So obviously it's not working. Yes, we could see that we've burned off a decent amount today, but that's still not enough. Let me just go through some numbers with you. So obviously we need to burn off 150 in order to get to where we want to in 10 years. We need to burn off 150 to 160 billion per day. If we don't, then it's going to take us possibly 20 plus years, if not 100 years, in order to get to where we want to. We don't have that type of time. I know I don't have that type of time. I'm not going to live to 130. And I don't even think I'm going to live to 72, but still, you need to do it in basically 10 years, because that's where you will see, probably full popularity either go away or, continue to gather, right? Depending on how much is burning. So if we go over to, Shiba Burn, what they do basically is this coin, you buy this coin. Let me actually bring up their Twitter. You buy this coin, and what it has is it's its own investment to where you, let's say, buy $100, right? 13% of that will go towards taxes. 5% will go towards the burn. So 5% of that amount will go towards the burn, right? So the $100 now is burning off coins. It's now giving Shiba Inu value. It gives Shiba Burn value. The more that say you buy in, the next person buys in as well, creates more volume and more volume and more volume. The volume itself burns off Shiba Inu coin by 5%. So if we wanted to put that into numbers, right? If you guys want to know what it looks like, let's bring up my spreadsheet. Basically saying if we get to $2 million worth of volume with Shiba Burn, $2 million, and this is adjusted, right? I'm looking at 38% of that, but let's just look at 5% of what that is, which it should be the same. So let's go with 5%, right? Nope, not of that. 5% of this. 5% of this, you're looking at $100,000 that you will be burning off there, or $100,000 that will go towards the Shiba Burn, the tax. So the amount that you would burn off with that $100,000 at the current state, the current price, you're looking at 4.5 billion daily. So in 1 year, you're burning off 1.6 trillion. In 5 years, you're burning off 8.2 trillion. In 10 years, you're burning off 16.5 trillion. Now, that's a lot, but it's still not enough. In 10 years, we need to burn off hundreds of trillions. So this is just with a $2 million daily volume. Understand that if we go back to here and we understand what Shiba is doing in volume, and at a low rate, right? This is, you're looking at $642 million that they have burned off. The highest point, or the highest amount that they've burned off, or sorry, not burned off, volume for Shiba Inu. You're looking at 642 million in volume, right? At the highest point, I believe they were at a total of 4 billion in volume, in daily volume. And I think it was like, 3 billion for the next day, 2 billion for the next day. So seeing levels of volumes in the billion. Am I asking for that for Shiba Burn? No. I think we can get there. Obviously, if people support Shiba Inu and support Shiba Burn, it could be something really, really big. So if we go back to my spreadsheet, you're going to see, if you start going down the list, $10 million in daily volume, which is a very low fraction, would give you, 22 billion per day, 8 billion per year, 41 billion and 82 billion per 10 years. So obviously, with the growth potential of this project in the billions, which you've seen projects that start out that have had billions of dollars of, daily volume, this could burn off a massive amount. Getting up to a higher level here. Let me go ahead and update all of this. I don't know why this doesn't look like it's updating. This looks like it's staying the same for some reason. Oh, we're very close. We're very close in value, and then it starts to jump. Okay, so if you look at something of $25 million in daily volume, you can see 56 billion burning per day, 20 trillion burning per year, 103 trillion burning per 5 years, and 207 trillion burning per 10 years. So with this project alone, not even including other projects that are out there, you can potentially burn at 100 million dollars of daily volume. You're looking at, you know, 227 million that you would burn off daily. Billion. 227 billion that you would burn off daily, 82 trillion that you would burn off in a year, 410 in 5 years, and obviously within 5 to 10 years you would burn off 99% of the supply. So obviously this is not factoring in as the price, or as more is burned off, the price increases. So you're not going to be able to burn off as much as you did before, but you still can burn off a decent amount with a higher amount of volume. So with this alone, you can burn off so much. And that's why I say that Shiba Burn is a huge project for us, and people need to just realize that. Because one, you're not only just burning off your money, you're not taking $100 and throwing it into a burn wallet and you're like, you know what, that $100 is gone. It means something to the project, but that $100 now does nothing else but burn those coins that it burned, right? However, with this, your $100 is in there, right? It's in there. It's an investment that's now participating in these burns, right? With the daily volume that you see go through, it's participating in these burns. With the amount of reflections that you're getting, it's participating in these burns. So every single aspect of it, of your $100, is growing in value, plus you're participating in the burns. And then when you want to get that money out of there, you can take the money out. So it's not like where you're throwing the money away, you're putting the $100 into the burn wallet, it's gone. Just think of it as now you're putting it into here, it's burning off coins for you, and now you're taking it out and gaining your value back plus a lot more. That's why I think it's going to be pretty big, in my opinion. And this is totally my opinion. I mean, you can look at it a different way and think that it's not going to be that way, but it shows me so many benefits for it. And if you guys want to get this coin, if you do want to get it, if you choose to do your research and get it, you can go over to Twitter, or actually in the link in the description below. I think there should be a link to it. Maybe not. A link to this website, which is the Shiba Burn website. I don't know why it doesn't automatically pop up on here. Get Shiba Burn. You can get Shiba Burn with the link in the description, and I'll also put it in the chat as well, so you guys have it there. But yeah, I think this could be absolutely huge with the amount of volume that goes through. Let me update this and pin that. And if you wanted to get it, you go over to the website, you go down here, simply you can just use your MetaMask. You have to use MetaMask, the Ethereum network, and MetaMask, and you can get Shiba Burn over here. And you know, anything obviously is great. Any type of volume, any activity within it, understanding the growth potential. People do understand it. You know, you have a lot of people that are following it. You have, you know, 6,500 followers, you know, on Twitter, and it continues to grow. It's just like what you would see with even Shiba Inu, right? They have 3 or 2.9 million followers, but then 1.2 million holders. So obviously, we can see some growth, you know, in Twitter. You can also see some growth in the coin. But I think a lot of people are looking at this as a part of, you know, Shiba Inu, but it's not a part of Shiba Inu. It's not a partnership in Shiba Inu. It's a separate coin that gives all the Shiba Inu holders a huge benefit, in my opinion. So anyways, you guys can go over there to Uniswap and get some coins. I'm thinking about getting more coins, and I would like to hold, you know, maybe over $1,000 worth, and, you know, be a bigger part in in the company itself. But you know that I only push things that I do believe that have a huge burn potential. And that's why I'm always looking for the devs to do something with a transaction level burn. And I'm always looking for a bigger way to burn for without spending a ton of money or spending anything at all. So I think the issue is 5% is pretty low compared to the other projects. It looks like, yeah, but some things, as you start to look at a certain percentage, you start to lose the value in the current investment that you're in. So if you're giving away a lot of that, it makes it unsustainable. It's like if a project decided to take a certain portion and only put it towards burning, only put it towards sending that money somewhere else. It ends up being unsustainable and it ends up being a problem. So obviously with them investing multiple, and I think they're looking to increase that a little bit more. I think it might be pushing up to 7% if I'm, and I might be speaking out of turn by saying that, but they have different pieces that they're putting it into. So it's not just the burn. When you look at the 13% tax that's total, you're looking at a lot of other pieces to it. You know, when you go in here, you're looking at more that's being added to the liquidity pool, giving it stronger price floor so it can be an investment in itself, not only just throwing your money away, because it needs some sort of ability to increase in value. But yes, I know what you mean. You could see some that have a 10% burn rate. But you do see this one that's offering you a 2% reflection. So if you're getting value back in the coin, it's going to be huge value with just holding Shiba Burn while also burning Shiba Inu. Because the issue that you want to have is you don't want to kind of pigeonhole yourself or put yourself in a corner to where you're really only burning Shiba, and after the value of Shiba is gone, everybody decides to get out and they run, right? You don't want anybody to see the price value of this position go up, and then Shiba ends up burning off all the coins that they burn, and people are like, you know what, I gotta get out of this position. I made $100,000 out of this. Let me run, and then they end up running because this, another coin that burns 10% has no other value to it. So you need to have some sort of value to it. And that's what I look at. And I'm like, all right, you put some towards marketing, you put some towards reflections, giving back to the people that are investing, to the liquidity pool, understanding you can raise the price floor of the position. So you don't really have, that pulling down when it does come to the point to where people are like, you know what, we burned off enough Shiba Inu and I want to move on to something else or something. It's not something that affects the project in such a big way when you're adding to the liquidity pool, as well as burning off 5%. And I think this will probably increase a little bit more from what I understand, but I may be speaking out of turn, like I said. And then you also have a staking feature that's coming up with it. So they're definitely doing a lot of bigger things and have this more thought out than some other projects that are just burning off Shiba Inu and that's it. But I know what you mean. I've seen it. I've seen a project by the name of Shiba Burn that has 10% or something like that. I haven't looked into any of the details or a lot of the details. I just looked into what the percentages are, and they're putting like 5% towards advertising and 10% towards the burn, but then no other value that goes into the coin. You do have NFTs, but yeah, bump the burn to 20%. I think you would get more community support, less skepticism. So I feel like there's an issue with that, because if you bump the burn to 20%, that's taxing people, 20%. It's not necessarily like, oh well, you're burning it out of the value that people give you or whatever. Like you're burning it out of the profits there. You're taxing people 20%, which is very high um, for a tax. And then you would burn off the 20%, putting no money into marketing, no money into liquidity pool, no money into the strength of the coin itself. It really doesn't provide a ton of value for future investments or other exchanges that you want to get on. You need some sort of value to get on these other exchanges as well, and that's where it all comes from. I think Shiba Burn needs volume. Yeah, you always need to do your own research, and yes, it does need volume. Volume is the thing that drives Shiba Burn in a big way. If you guys have any questions or have anything for the community, I mean, they did 2 AMAs, or technically 3 AMAs in like the last week. So there was a lot of questions going around, and it was great. The first AMA was, you had a lot of people involved in it. The second AMA, you had a decent amount as well. And the third AMA was, or more of a conversation with the defense breed, which wasn't there because they didn't come, was interesting as well. And you got a lot of people. Watch someone's World Bank and tries to grab SHIB for leverage. Yeah, Shiba Burn have a nice website. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I think it looks great. That's another thing that sold me. I think once they changed their logo, it made it more open and more friendly to the normal person. Because I believe they did reach out to me before, and then I reached back out to them. When I saw some detail behind it and how much they have burned. There was another country that took Bitcoin as a form of payment or currency and did not help Bitcoin that much, or did it? I don't know. I don't think using Bitcoin as a form of payment, the form of currency, really helps at all, in my opinion. But any cryptocurrency, I mean, it helps with transactions. Like, say if you have a transaction tax, then yes, it'll help out with the growth of something. Like, say if let's say Shiba Burn had the ability to become a currency, right? Being taxed at a certain percentage, you can use that taxable money to reinvest into the project or give back to investors or whatever you wanted to do. Because it's a transaction. Every transaction would get taxed at a certain place, which could burn off the coin, which increases the value. But using Bitcoin as a form of payment, or using something that really doesn't have that transaction tax, gives it no value like whatsoever, in my opinion. And and again, it's my opinion. May not have it today, the price change, but soon, watch, I bet the price jumps really high. I'm hopeful, family. So am I. Thank you for what you do for SHIB and other projects. I got to get going to work. I can try to retire. Everyone have a great day. Yes, you too. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Is Shiba Inu developing their own blockchain? I don't believe they're developing their own blockchain. I think it's built on top of the Ethereum network. But then again, sometimes I start to get confused with that stuff. I like your positive vibes. Oh, not me. I don't have positive vibes. So I knew you weren't talking about me. Like, these gas prices keeps going up. Those things, the dollar keeps dropping in value. We shall soon see the worth of crypto, including Shiba Inu, increase. That's probably true. I would agree with that. It's probably true. So we got 80 people over on the Let It Burn channel that are watching right now, and really just watching the chart and maybe looking at me. But yeah, I like I really like what Shiba Inu is doing right now, finding a way to get back up to the 200 EMA. But it's seeming like it's resisting hard from the 200 EMA. And let's see if we can get some new members on the Let It Burn channel, because the more people that are members, the more that we can burn off without creating videos. Obviously, I want to create videos because the videos are generating some revenue as people watch them and giving information as well on Shiba Inu. So I'll try and create 1 to 2 videos a day just to be able to gain some sort of revenue to burn off. I'm holding over 125 million, trying to buy more when I have it. great to hear. Good morning, Shib family. Freaking cold. Oh, let's burn some Shib. So it was cold out yesterday, and on Saturday. And today is supposed to be like closer to 60, and then the next day is supposed to be closer to 60, and like Thursday is supposed to be like 70. So all of the snow that we just got is going to be gone probably by the middle of the week. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the snow has been melted off as of right now. I mean, it's 9 o'clock, so maybe not. Great job on the AMA, Matt. But if I hear the phrase due diligence again, I'll go crazy. Yeah. Well, yeah, that Calvin guy, I don't know. I don't know. He was more of an education standpoint. I mean, everything seemed like it was like educate me in why the Shiba Inu was going to go up. And I just wanted to know, point blank, like, why'd you invest in Shiba Inu? And no specifics about it, because he said he did his due diligence, and sorry, I just mentioned it. And I was very confused because he said, I invested in Shiba Inu because I feel like it's going to go up. What makes you feel like it's going to go up? What are the reasons? There has to be reasons. Is it the chart that shows the possibility? Is it the supply? Is it the people behind it? Is it the ecosystem? What about it makes you think that it's going to go up? And as a person that breaks things down professionally, as an analyst, I've been an analyst for like 7 years. I've been an analyst for a long time. And just breaking things down is what I do. So I need to know exactly why you invested in Shiba Inu. And we can tell you why we think it's going to go up and why most of the community believes that burns are the way to go. And a lot of people also want to see mass adoption. But it was just crazy. It was a great AMA. It was just a lot was spent talking to that one person. I feel like that was way too much time that was given to him. But it's great to be able to let people speak, and all that just kept going around in circles. Thanks for all you do, Matt. Keep up the great work, and leave some downtime for yourself. Hope to see you soon, brother. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. And again, I would love to get over to the Telegram. I'm gonna try and work through some stuff today and just get over there and pay you guys a visit a couple of times. I haven't ever used Telegram until like literally I'm just like signing up now. So it's like, well, not right now, but like, in the past month or so. All these other projects and a carbon tax, they will shut down mining coins. I heard Walmart wasn't considering doing something. Walmart was considering doing something crypto related. I was like, okay. All of a sudden, these large corporations are thinking about implementing crypto. Yeah, that's because it's not about just investing in crypto for them. It's about starting something with crypto that they can end up profiting off of in a big way. All of these companies are looking to do that. And it seems like certain ones are ahead of the game. You see AMC, that's kind of ahead of the game, already offering NFTs. And it's not necessarily to where they are profiting off those NFTs. And I don't know if they have a percentage that they end up getting per trade that they have. But a lot of it is coming off the backs of, offering the NFTs to drive in normal revenue. So people say, I want to buy Batman early, or I want to see Batman early because of the fact that I want the NFT. I want to see Spider-Man early because I want to get the NFT. I want to choose AMC over any other theater because I want to get the NFT, right? And that's good. That's obviously good. And I think it's crazy to me to look at different institutions and how much they're choosing to invest into crypto instead of looking at 1% of their portfolio. They're now looking at like 5% or 10% that's going into crypto. It's just crazy. Black and white plain English tax laws would be bullish because people would be able to price in the new regulations and know for a fact what to expect at the end of the year. Making it easier to use crypto in bullish sentiment. Matt, Shiba Burn will burn. Uh, will burn 9%. Oh yeah, I did hear um about the liquidity, or not the liquidity. What am I talking about? The contract address that's in that contract address. Burning like 9% of that, because a lot of people, I guess, are making a big deal about that 19%. And a lot of times you can use that, typically with like something like a Shiba Burn or Shiba Inu. Like if you look at Shiba Inu, and we go to their address here, a lot of times that that amount that you do have is used towards exchanges, used towards getting in exchanges. And for Shiba Inu, if you look at the holders, right, you're going to see Binance, is a 9% holder, right? And that's probably because it's a Binance token, right? Or no, it's a Etherscan token. So just getting on Binance, they wanted to have a large portion in there. So 9% is in Binance. I don't know if everybody's buying in Binance. I think people are staking in Binance, actually. I think that's the idea. I think people are staking a large portion in Binance. And that's where you're seeing that from. So then, yeah, you have contract addresses that you go into, and these are what these are usually for. So I don't understand when people see something negative, they want to find something negative. Like if let's say, Shiba Inu comes out and says, hey, this coin is also a scam. Let's say if they say, hey, Dogecoin is a scam. Well, the Shiba Inu community behind it are going to want to find something that seems scamish about Dogecoin and make it a scam. No offense to anybody that's in the Shiba Inu community, because I'm in the Shiba Inu community. It's just you got to find the positives and you got to look into everything and then ask the questions as to why that is. And then if you get an answer, you have to find a way to believe in it. You can't just disagree with it and say no. I talked to somebody recently. They were like, "Oh, what about this 19%?" I was like, "The 19% is a contract address. Do you not understand what a contract address is?" And they were like, "No, it's a way to rug pull everything. You just don't understand anything about crypto, do you?" And and it's just insane to me that someone will, I'll explain exactly, what it is and where things are going with it and what they plan to do with it, in my opinion. And he just won't believe it. People just won't believe it. You have to believe something. And I'm not saying that you have to just go out and believe what they're saying. Like, believe it to an extent and then research it for yourself. If that's exactly what their plans are doing, or if that's exactly what other companies or other projects have done, then understand that that's true. Morning, Matt and family. Stop by to hit the like button for you. Have a great day. Oh, God bless, and God bless America. Thank you for being here. I believe it's Brian, right? I know you changed your name to Eagles Flyers. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Texas probably wants all the tax revenue from the miners. So yeah, hi guys, been keeping up on the burn news. The FUD on Shiba Burn token was a mistake. I heard the AMA. Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of, they're very transparent. Again, I don't know why the defense breed won't come to, like, I understand that, you put it out there, they didn't really accept the invitation. And I didn't expect them to come. I hoped that they would come just to be able to hear everyone out and understand everything about the project, but they don't want to understand about the project. They don't want to understand anything about the project. So, I think at this point, Shiba Burn just has to, move on. But, it's very tough. If they're going to continue to push that narrative, then it's definitely tough because it draws the same people that you're trying to bring into the position to show them that this has so much of a benefit, it draws those same people away from the project. Everybody that I was, contacting and talking to about the project, yeah, the partnerships or potential partnerships are gone because of the fact that they come out and say something that's false, or at least they didn't actually do any type of research on and talk to the dev team directly. It's sad. It's sad to say that something that's a position that has this many holders, this much power, that they would just, push some new coin or a new project down with theories. I don't know. That's my opinion, but my opinion could be worth something to you. May not be worth to, something to the next person. Uh, let's see. Hey Matt, did you see Chronos drop to 5.5 rewards overnight? I did see that. And I don't see a massive reaction right now, and I'm gonna make a video on it as soon as I get off live here. I'm actually gonna make a video on it. I think I will have a video uploaded on my Let It Burn channel about whales, whales in the Shiba Inu community. But I did want to talk about Chronodes on my main channel. I'll probably upload that somewhere around, let's say, 11. That seems like a good point. It's Monday morning and ready for the printers to come on. Are we talking about printers as in like work or printers as in money printers? Just joining. What is Shiba Burn? So Shiba Burn is another project, another coin that was created outside of Shiba Inu, not in connection to Shiba Inu. And what it does is it burns off Shiba Inu tokens. So it takes a certain percentage, 5% of the volume that we see in a day, and it takes that money and buys and burns Shiba Inu. And when it does that, you can see massive amounts that could be burned off. So just to give you an idea, with even just a very small percentage, even with a small percentage of what Shiba Inu's daily volume is, even with, $2 million of daily volume, you're looking at 4.5 billion that could be burned off per day. Not just like per month, 4.5 billion that's burned off per day, or 1.6 per year, right? So 1.6 trillion per year. So obviously it can do a lot of damage to the supply, and that's what everybody wants. So this is something that where if you look at a low portion of even what Shiba Inu is at, where you're looking at 100 million, you can burn off 227 billion per day, or 82 billion by the end of this year. So it shows so much potential for burning Shiba Inu and gaining in the value of Shiba Burn as well, that it just gives you so much of a benefit. If you want to go and buy it, the link is in the pinned to the chat, right? And you just go over to it, you select Ethereum. Let's see, let's go down here. You have to select buy Shiba Burn. And you can check out all the detail here. You can check out the Etherscan if you want. You can go into Shiba Burn or Shib Burn and buy it if you want. And all you have to do is change it to Ethereum. I recommend changing the slippage to 15%, and you should be able to get through with that. But yeah, it's very simple. It looks like a great project. They're just getting started, really, with a lot of the movement that they have seen. You're looking at 430 holders, and hopefully can grow a lot further than that. Let's look at where the market is, because I haven't seen where the market is. Let's update this. So apparently the market right now is flat. Just to help the cause. Well, thank you for sending that. I appreciate you sending that super chat. It means a lot. Let's see. Will Shibarium mean that SHIB will become a coin instead of a token? I don't believe so. I think they're still on the backs of. I think the platform is built on the back of Ethereum. The Ethereum network is just going to be a lower fee. I'm not 100% certain as to everything that goes into it, but I believe it's just built on the back of the Ethereum network. So it's not something where they're building their own network. So I wouldn't, unless they have their own network or their own blockchain, um, it's still considered a token, from what I understand. Making bourbon chocolate cake for lunch today? You're making bourbon chocolate cake for lunch. Like you're making a whole cake for lunch? I want a slice of cake. Sounds delicious. I shouldn't be eating that many sweets though. I eat too many during the day. I mean, I work out a lot, but I just don't. I shouldn't be doing that. See, the ones that I have in the pantry, I need to eat all of them so then we can get rid of them. We don't have to eat anymore. We don't have to buy anymore. But somehow there's always more that gets put in there. Mine is the same reason it calls. Okay. Dang, I have to start thinking about getting ready for work. That's not good. I got Mullen at 74 cents. That's great. It's more than double. That's perfect. You're still holding it though? I mean, it's still at a low point when you look at the chart. You ain't been lagging. You get that router? No, I haven't. I haven't. I haven't went out and made that purchase. I haven't went out and done anything. I need to go and get cat litter. I need to go and get stuff for the house, and maybe I'll do that after I record these videos. Maybe I'll do that. I usually go to the gym around 1, so if I can go and get all the stuff I need and then go to the gym, or go to the gym and then do all that stuff. So maybe 1K from the wait. You made 1K from the roulette last night? About to buy the tips on AMC and GME. That's great to hear. Go from one gambling to a less risky form of what people will say is gambling. They say the stock market is gambling, but more of an educated way to gamble. I feel you on the sweets. I'm trying to drop 70 pounds. I'm running a 5K mud run in May. My sister-in-law does a lot of those mud runs, and I've never wanted to do it. I mean, it looks fun, but I never wanted to do it. I'm holding Mullen till open. I'm not greedy. I hear you. Well, that's good. It's good. I haven't seen what it has done today and where Mullen is. It's currently up 34%, and it's gonna open in 5 minutes. Might continue to run. You might want to set like a certain level to where you're like, all right, I don't want to. I'm gonna take it at the 200 EMA, or sorry, the 15 moving average if it comes back down, or set it at a level to where maybe it's a little bit lower, maybe like 160 or 170, just in case it does fall down really hard, and then you can get that run. But then if it does continue to run, you gain a lot out of it. This is not financial advice. Obviously, I'm just looking at it and saying that this shows a great possibility of continuing to run, especially with all the strength that you are seeing right now. It's getting closer and closer to this peak point, though, where it has resisted from here multiple times. So you might want to keep an eye out on that. But a lot of these positions you can see continue to run, and it's not that you have to be greedy. It's about um, finding a way to gain the most. but also, accepting your profit whenever you feel as though you gained what you wanted to gain. My uncle always talks about crypto, uh, as about as about lottery. Finally, I got to explain it to him, that in the lottery you don't get to keep the ticket, like in the game of crypto. Yeah, exactly. They always think about gambling. They're always like, hey, crypto investing is just gambling. And you think about it, gambling, it's like you either win or lose. If you win big, right? If you lose, you're done. That's everything. Now you have to put more money into it. It's I think of options as more gambling than investments, because investments you are keeping the uh, the stocks that you hold or the investment that you hold. With options, you can lose it all, um, in a matter of a week. You can lose it all in a matter of a month. Yes, you can also gain quite a bit, but you can lose everything that you possibly had in a matter of a certain period of time. That's what I call gambling over, investing into a business that could potentially gain in value. I feel like that's the difference between the two. Why could it be let it burn? Maybe that's why my badge doesn't show. Yeah, you could be a member over on the Let It Burn channel, which is not a bad thing. I mean, we're burning off Shiba Inu over there. Pin the membership link. All right, yeah, I'll do that. Because this is still staying live even after we stop. Oh, where is it? Join as a member. So let's see where. Ooh, let's see where the markets go. Oh man, I need to stretch. The stretch felt good. All right, we got 1 minute until the market opens. It looks like we are open. Are you seeing Mullen run, or is it going to come back? Is it going to come back heavy, or are you going to see it run? You could be looking at the extreme to one side. I don't know if you're planning on selling or what you're planning on doing, but let's see what decision you make. See if you make the right decision. I always like to see that. Don't be afraid to say when you sold, and don't lie about it either, because if it continues to go up, uh, obviously it's always great. But if you see a pullback, which is understandable, I mean, you saw a decent size increase. Can you see a pullback? And maybe you could see a pullback to one extreme. Thanks. I need a link. I thought I was everywhere. There's a link in the description. Yeah, there's a link in the description. Join this channel to get access to perks. It should be the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth link. Here we go. Is it gonna break these levels here? Got to get up to that level right there. You see where the mouse is? Got to get up to that level and break it, and it did just break it. There we go. Continues to run. It's gonna resist hard at 199, I think. I mean, I think that's a price. Oh, we might see it before that. If it breaks through it, then you have a lot of buying strength. I mean, it's looking like a lot of buying strength right now. You do have some selling strength at 199, or selling strength at 199 and $2. Really strong selling strength. 158, 156. That's going through. Wow. Really strong selling pressure. At one. $1.98, $1.99, and $2. Really strong selling pressure. 144,000 shares that are looking to be sold. And now there's more that's being sold right now at 198. The selling pressure is way higher at 198, but you're seeing a lot of buying pressure as well. Geez. Yeah, you got 116, 114, 100, 123 that's going through, 123 that's going through at 7. Yeah, it's starting to get more. As the price starts to creep down a little bit, people start to sell more. I told you it was probably going to resist around that 199 or $2. I sold a portion of my Mullen on Friday, and the rest I just wanted to see how this goes. Did you sell any at 199? Yeah, I knew it was going to resist. You could see all of the selling pressure, and now that selling pressure has shifted. So the people that wanted to get out at $2, you have to understand that those are, when you see that much selling pressure at $2, you have to get out beforehand. And yes, you can buy some of these dips and end up gaining something out of it. I'm sure Warrior Trading is probably trading this right now and probably made money on the way up because he always invests in like thousands of shares. But yeah, I would have done the same thing. I would have been able to make money on the way up, probably gained a good $100 and maybe 200, and then called it a day from right here to right there. Yes. And now you can see this coming back to the 200 to the 15 moving average, which does show a lot of buying pressure, a bounce off of that. But then you could put a stop loss a little bit lower just in case, because it does look like it's starting to make some positive moves, some green moves. We have a lot of selling pressure where we currently are, some buying pressure at 180. So that would be down at this point. 180 right here is where it would be. But you're seeing a lot of buying pressure, pushing it up over 190 right now, 192, up 41%, up 42%, up almost 43%. Yeah, it's finding its way. Is it going to break this point here? I mean, you probably wanted to break this previous high green mark and then break the top candlestick, but is it going to break that point? You see a little bit of pressure, a little bit of selling pressure. Look at that. You have 204, you can't see it on the screen, 204,000 shares that are looking to go through at $2. That's definitely going to resist at $2 again. You have thousands of shares of selling pressure. It's crazy. Hundreds of thousands of shares of selling pressure. Buy the dip. I sold 140 and I bought in 80 cents. Oh, okay, that's great. I got $30. You took it away. Oh, here we go. It broke it. It's going to resist. It's at 199 right now, and you have 200,000 orders that are going through. There's no way. There's a lot of buying pressure though. There's a lot of buying pressure though. There's a lot of buying pressure though. Here, yeah, it's got to resist at $2. Oh, wow. Now you have more of that buying pressure that has shifted. That's why it's done that. It's shifted. You have buying pressure at $2. People are buying right now because it did break that $2 mark. Oh man. Look at this. Look at this continue to run. You have more buying pressure that people are getting out of the current one and moving into 205, 206, buying on the fly. And you see a lot of the selling pressure now at 215. You see some at 208, some at 210, but most of it is at 215 or 216 right now. I wish AMC and GME were moving like this, but they're down. AMC's down 7% again today. I mean, Creates more of a buying opportunity, but it's down 7%. GME is down to $88. That's an insane price. GME down to $88? What? Just snagged GME at 89. Well, it's at 88 now. But but it's still good. I mean, that's fantastic. Yeah, I was gonna say there was a lot of selling pressure up at those high points. 210, 208. That's a good move though. That's a really good move. Up way over 50%. That's a really good move. So hopefully, I'm up 93% on the rest of my Mullen shares. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, GME is down 4%. Jesus. What in the world is that? Look at that. It looks horrible in the 5-minute chart. Freaking horrendous. Where's AMC? It's done the same thing. Looks horrendous. It's down there at 7%. And it's down to $13.27, which again creates buying opportunity. I wish I can easily buy just like I would with crypto, because with the stock market, you obviously have to wait a certain period of time, but it's just insane. Tesla's back down to $760. If that gets down to 600, I have to find a way to put more into the stock market. If that gets down to 600, I have to. There is no way that I'm not buying so much more. Because I don't have any Tesla right now, but I need to, if I see it at 600, which I don't know if it will. I mean, it's only 160 away, and only 160 is a lot. But if you look at how it's been moving over, let's see, over the days, I mean, from a level of, 1,200 down to a low level of 700 here is insane. And to see it to possibly go lower than 700 down to 600, yeah, I am heavy on that. I mean, it creates so much buying opportunity. There's so much in the stock market right now that it just looks very tasty. It's just it's just not moving. It's not moving in the direction that we want, but then again, it seems like it is, because you can gain a lot. And Hood is down to $10. Where's Coinbase? Where's Coinbase at? Coinbase is down to 150. 150 for Coinbase. That was up to $368. It's down to 150. I don't know. I don't know, man. The stock market stuff. I mean, the markets in general are not looking good, but they create buying opportunities. I'm going to sell the rest of my Mullen. I'm going to buy back in when it pulls back. I think it will pull back hard. Yeah, I mean, the gain that it has had, you probably will see a little bit of a pullback. I see a lot of positivity around the burn projects. Burn projects are growing into a formidable army themselves. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I mean, if all the burn projects would work together, I'm not going to. Now, don't forget, you burning Shib. You're just as valuable as a developer. I mean, I hope so. They seem like they're on top of the world in that they make all the rules and all this other stuff. So, I mean, you can say that, but it doesn't seem that way when the SHIB developers don't want to do anything and don't care about the burns at this point. But yeah, I think when it comes to burn projects, we're all together, but there's some burn projects, and I'm not going to name any names, that, it's a business for them. They don't survive, or they don't push forward without burning Shiba Inu. So if this doesn't last for a minimum of 5 years, if they don't become very valuable by what they're doing for 5 or 10 years, they can't build up to what they want to build. So I'm not going to name any names, but I know they don't want to work with other people, and they'd rather do a decent amount of burning, or the most that you've seen from different businesses, and make it look like they're on top, but in reality, they're not. So I'll just go with that. Because I've tried to reach out to these people to see if we can, have some partnerships somewhere, not just with me, but also with other projects, and no response from anybody. So we'll leave it at that. But yeah, I understand where people are coming from with the like the creators. I was talking to some creators, and some people were willing to work with Shiba Burn, or at least hear them out and research the project a little bit more and all that stuff. But then all of this stuff happened with Shiba Inu, and them basically spreading lies, and or at least not being educated about anything, or being uneducated when it comes to these situations. So I don't know, and they decided not to go through with it, but maybe uh maybe in the future. Give me a second. Let me just type this out. Uh, I tried to join a few times the last couple of weeks, but don't expect my card. I think maybe because I'm here in the U.S. and live in the Philippines, but go back April 5th. All right, CRO to the moon. Yes, CRO definitely to the moon. I really don't have a lot to say about CRO. Like, I know CRO is a strong position, strong platform. Are they back up to 200? They're finding ways to create higher highs, higher lows. That looks like it might have consistent growth today up until maybe you will be able to see a turning point probably at like 12 o'clock. If you create a higher high, then it's consistent, and you'll see higher highs, higher lows throughout the rest of the day. That's a possibility. Then again, you could also see it flatten out, and you could also see a downturn. So, and create a lower low. If it creates a lower high here and then creates a lower low, then you know that you just have a reversal. They don't anyone want to be bigger than them. I like that. I like that. I like that, Liam. Good morning, OG. Good morning. Yeah, I mean, we should all work together. We all have the same goal. I understand it's a business. You got to make it a business. Certain people, can thrive off of the one side of it. Like, I talk about Shiba Inu on my main channel, and also talk about Shiba Inu on the Burn channel. I do dual live streams so that um, Shiba Inu will benefit from it, and also I benefit from it as well, because it's considered my business that I work making videos. So yeah, I think it's always good. We appreciate you, Matthew, for making the Let It Burn channel. Yeah, no problem. I thought it was a great idea. Someone said that I should make burn videos, and then I forget how it even came about. I think I saw Shiba Burn Tube, and I'll give them their credit for, I think I saw Shiba Burn Tube create a whole entire channel about it. So if you guys want to go and subscribe to him, feel free to go and subscribe to him. He has some great stuff over there, and does some technical analysis stuff. I know it's definitely tough to to burn off all of your revenue when I don't know if he has any other channels, but that's the only channel that he has. So it would be great to be able to, support that in a way. And I know there's some people like on Twitter that were talking, and they were like, he doesn't need your support from any of your channels, and you don't need to speak for him. I understand he doesn't need any support. It just always helps to grow the community a lot bigger. So that's what it's all about. And I mean the argument, I guess back and forth came from the fact that, oh, that's what I was looking for. The argument, I guess, came from the fact that I'm supporting, Shiba Burn, and some people didn't support Shiba Burn, and their Shiba Burn tube, or Shiba Burn on YouTube, is trying to basically tell everyone, look, I'm not the Shiba Burn coin, I am the YouTube channel. And people in the comments, being a little harsh. So everyone, please consider becoming a member. Starts at 99 cents. Check out the membership link at the top of the page. Yes. Is the channel called Shiba Burn? Yes, the channel is called Shiba Burn. So I can bring it up. I believe I'm subscribed to them. It's somewhere here. Yeah. Yeah, this is the channel if you guys want to go subscribe to them. Shiba Burn on YouTube. I've watched some of their videos about the Shiba search engine, all of that. Yeah, on Twitter, they're just trying to basically tell people, look, we're not Shiba Burn the coin. We're Shiba Burn, the YouTube channel that burns off 50% of the revenue. And that's great. If you want to go subscribe to him, go subscribe. And, follow some of the other channels. He has me down here, so that's great. And Shiba search engine and Bigger Entertainment, as many burn projects as they are, that's great to have that. So yeah, go give him a subscribe. Sorry, guys. All right, so I think we got about 10 minutes. Let It Burn channel is genius. Yeah, it wasn't my idea. I try and do as much as I can. I think the 24-hour live streams is it comes from the community. Somebody from the community said, "Hey, we should do a longer live stream," and I said, "Well, I couldn't do it. I couldn't live stream and just talk about Shiba all day because I have things I need to do and all that." And they stated, "Hey, we could just do one of those chart live streams where you look at the chart and you have music playing." Well, we tried that. The music ended up being copyrighted, even though my brother made the music and used a couple of samples, but the sample ended up being copyrighted and you can't copyright a sample. It makes no sense. So yeah, that ended up being an issue. So now, in order to create the most revenue out of the stream, you just have constant videos that are playing in the background of my videos that I won't copyright because they're my videos. And we just consistently watch those videos to, one, generate revenue from the my main channel that's watching the Let It Burn channel videos to burn off Shiba Inu, and then also play the live stream so that it's burning off $10 to $20 per 1,000 views. So it is genius, but I can't take credit for any of the idea. I just take credit for actually taking initiative to jump on this opportunity. A lot of people will say it's a great idea and then not do anything about it. So I'll say it's a great idea and I will do something about it. I'm gonna wait till Friday to buy more AMC. Always dip further than a day. Yeah, I think you're right. I hope it dips back down to 8. I would love it. Yes, my account would suffer unrealized, it would suffer. But I would love for it to dip back down to lower figures. If it can go all the way down to, if they can find a way to get this down to $2 or $5 again, say no freaking more. Like, there is no way in hell that I'm not buying up every single little bit of AMC that I have. I can risk or buying up a ton of AMC that I want. I can risk more money in order to do that. I definitely can. If I see AMC at $1 or $2, you know it's only going up from there. And I can tell you that I would buy so many long-term options plays while also buying a ton of shares. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that that will increase a hell of a lot more. And I would buy probably, if it was at a level of $1, I would buy $20,000 worth. There's no way in hell that I'm not buying $20,000 worth and getting 20,000 shares to let that go up to even just $100 and see the profit that you can gain. $40 GME sounds very, very tasty. Yes, it does. 100%. What's going on with SHIB? SHIB is just, I mean, right now it's increasing up to the level of, it's fluctuating between 21 and 22, or technically 21 and a half and 22. So right now we're not really seeing the most positive thing in the crypto market. If you look at a lot of the positions that I'm holding, Harvest Finance is up 3%, but you're seeing OMG that's down 2%. A lot of things are flat negative, and maybe we'll see some green as the rest of the days go on, or the rest of the day goes on. But we're not really seeing a ton of positivity here. Like, even Suku is down to 20 cents. And I think that has a lot of potential in it. And remember, I invested $1,000 or $900 into it. So it's down to $500 right now. I could invest more and buy the dip. I don't think that was the lowest portion, but obviously I don't even think that this could be the lowest portion that it could get to. ACH is down to 4 cents. Anchor, where's Anchor? Anchor is down to 7 cents. That's a little bit up from where it was before the last time I looked at it. But ah. Yeah, I think the devs over at Zelda Inu are amazing. They're very transparent, and that's the first team that I wanted to ever work with. I reached out to Zelda Inu and saw that they were very, very transparent. And when I looked into their project, I was just like, this looks amazing. Looks like something that can really take off. And currently it's at 3 cents. It really does fluctuate in between 3 cents and 3.5 cents, and then up to 4 cents or so. Um, but this has a lot of potential. And right now, per day, actually, it's up. I don't know why it just changed. It's up 4%, but it's fluctuating between 3.5 cents and 3 cents, and does find a way to slightly increase above that 3.5 cent mark, getting up to 4 cents or so. But if you look at the market cap, the fully diluted market cap here is 19.3 million, excluding the 97 million that has been burned off or sent to the dead wallet. It shows so much potential for growth. There's a lot of people watching this, a lot of people into this. A lot of people know that this is going to make some big moves, and it already has by, being introduced or launched on LBank and XT.com and, all of that. And LBank, they're offering a 42% APY. And I don't know what it's at now, but I'm gaining 200 plus Zelda Inu every single day that I'm holding that. So I know that it's giving me a ton of possible chances to grow this position with the APY being so high right now, and I'm taking advantage of that. You also get reflections. You get BUSD that's sent to your MetaMask wallet or whatever wallet you're holding Zelda Inu in. So it just gives you so much out of it. And the fact that the dev team is so transparent, and I, talk to them on and off about different things. They're very open in what they plan to do next, the different donations that they've had. I'm really excited for this project and where it's going to go. And that's why, I'm heavily invested into it, and I want to continue to buy more. As I see it dip down to 3 cents, yes, I buy more. Currently in my MetaMask wallet, I think I hold about 6,000 or 7,000 or something. But then, in L Bank, I'm holding majority of that. So if we go here and we look at how much I'm holding 6,165 Zelda Inu, and I'm definitely gaining quite a bit from it. I'm happy. Very, very happy. Let's see. Let's refresh. Let's see if anybody else joined the team. Nope. All right. So we're getting close to 10 o'clock. What about the developing? What about developing an investing app, Acorns, where each swipe of a bank card, the change is used to burn Shiba Inu? That would be amazing, but I don't have the ability to do something like that. That would be phenomenal, just like in Acorns, to where you can be a part of it, and we can burn off Shiba Inu, which would burn off a lot. You just round up the change, and it would burn off Shiba Inu. Or if you wanted to do it by investing, so the same way it would do with Acorns, but instead it invests in. I'm daydreaming right now as I'm saying it. It invests in Shiba Burn. So then you put that money in there and invest in Shiba Burn, and Shiba Burn will burn it off as the transactions happen, right? So people are getting the investment back. Shiba Burn's taking that tax from the investment, and then you're able to consistently have those transactions and that revenue go through. That would be amazing if they found a way to do something like that. But again, I'm not great at developing apps or developing websites or developing all that stuff. Gambling with a degree? What? I don't trust MetaMask, and I have seen a lot of reviews about missing funds on that app as well as LBank. So the issue with MetaMask that I've seen is people say that they have missing funds when they don't understand how to use it. They're saying, "Hey, I have missing funds," and plus, you can actually get scammed out of linking your MetaMask. So there's a lot of people that will go in their email, and they'll get phishing scams to where people will take your information out of your MetaMask and take your money out of your MetaMask because you decided to click on that link and also type in your password and your username and all that stuff. So then you gave it to everybody, and you don't realize what you did until you go back and you're like, wait, I updated my password on an email and basically just gave them my login. So a lot of people have that issue. But what I also notice is that people are always logged into the wrong network. They're like, oh, you know what? I don't have these funds. I don't have anything. I bought Zelda Inu, but I don't have it. When you have to go down here and import the tokens so that you import the name so that your tokens can show up. So there's a lot of different things that you need to do within MetaMask, and you need to kind of research that. But I understand what you mean. I haven't had any issues with MetaMask. I haven't had any issues in the short period of time that I've been using LBank. As long as you are good with keeping your information to yourself and not giving it to anybody, usually okay. But yes, again, I know what you mean. I haven't had any issues with either of them. People wouldn't invest, like if you look at Zelda Inu, people wouldn't invest $800,000 on LBank if LBank wasn't secure. I want to stake my 1,000 coins to make gains of Zelda. Yeah, I think you can do that. 10,000 coins would get you, 10 Zelda Inu, every day is what it's saying. See if I can bring up L-Bank. I'm probably not logged in, but it's okay. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It is cool. Let's see if I can log in here and see what I have, because we're about to end here. I said I was going to end at 10 o'clock, and we didn't end. Let's see, my projects, Zelda Inu, and yeah, you can see how much I have gained in Zelda Inu. Bring this over here. I've gained 1,840 Zelda Inu in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. So obviously you can gain quite a bit over a longer period of time by holding and just gaining your Zelda Inu, or just gaining your APY, currently at 42%. I'm sure it will change eventually, but right now it's at 42%. It won't be that big for that long, but I am gaining that much, and I'm cool with that. And the automate, let's see. Try and be safe. Thanks. Be safe on the road, bro. Great stream today. Good luck with all your trades. Well, yes, you too. And they automatically put it into my trust wallet each week for staking Zelda. Also, can I stake only 1,000 Zelda coins? I think the minimum amount you can have is 900. So yes, you can stake it. And when you stake 1,000, you'll basically get one Zelda Inu every day. So if you look at 100 days, you'll get 100 Zelda Inu. If you look at, it's compounding as well. So if you stake it and it gets up to 2,000, well, now you'll gain 2 Zelda Inu basically every day. If we look at it based on this, every 10,000 shares or 10,000 coins will get you 10 Zelda Inu. So obviously, I would love to buy more because I believe in where Zelda Inu can go and where it will go. So you get your BUSD rewards through Trust Wallet, but I didn't know you could. You said put into my Trust Wallet each week for staking Zelda. I'm trying to wait. I'm just holding. Need to buy more SHIB. Bought kind of high. Yeah, I mean, this is the time where you dollar cost average down, in my opinion. I mean, it's all my opinion. All right. Anyways, guys, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for becoming a member, News Bits. I appreciate that. Over on the Let It Burn channel. But yeah, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. On the Let It Burn channel, I'm going to let this play. And, we're just going to play some of my older content. I did have a video that just released at 9:30, I believe, that talks about whales, SHIB whales. Just watch up that content because those will get, just as many views as this, right? But you have 4 ads within that video, and if you watch that video, it will obviously be more money that will go towards it, depending how many ads are actually being watched or even skipped. So yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this. Remember, if you guys want Shiba Burn, go and search Shiba Burn on Twitter and go to their website and buy Shiba Burn. I mean, this is not financial advice. It's merely just my opinion, but I can tell you, just by looking at what they can do with 500K daily volume, you can burn off 1 billion tokens per day. And obviously, we want to be able to burn off as much as we can with Shiba Inu. So, be a part of the community and see what it's all about. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at Perry8K. And I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.